Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heart Center Tarot. As always, my name is Marina, and I will be your guide for this portion of the journey, this wonderful journey with my often co host, Val from Dragonfly Crystals and Next Level Channeling. Welcome to the 8th Shine Your Light event.
Yay. That is a lot of episodes, or we'll say events. That's a lot of events. And,
yes.
Thank you, Marina, for doing this. Thank Marina.
You're very welcome. It is my pleasure. I get, I do this because not only does it make you guys out there feel good, it makes me feel good.
Yeah.
So, I always walk out and I'm kind of floating. I float for a day and a half, 2 days.
Which is awesome.
Yes.
It's awesome energy building. And, all the guides and angels come around and they're all infusing this whole event, and everyone watching, everyone participating with all this higher frequency energy. And it's just going around the world, and it's going out into the multiverse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So whether you have joined us live for this event right now, there's 53 of you in here already. Oh my God. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
And if you're watching this in replay, you're going to feel some of the same benefits, some of the same uplifting and positivity, and feel free to participate in shining your light however it feels best for you.
And watch the replay multiple times, whatever parts of it or the whole thing, because you will be receiving all kinds of codes of light and information and higher frequencies. It just happens when people gather together for this kind of event. So know that you're really boosting up your frequency with this and doing something wonderful for humanity.
Exactly. And that I am, I will always be grateful to Sherry from Trancing with Spirit for gifting me with this concept. Because if it wasn't for her guides telling her to do this and her inviting me to participate in the first one.
And you're the perfect person to coordinate this. They couldn't, the universe knew what they were doing.
Yes. I think so. Yes. And thank you guys. Carl, this is live. We are live.
It is live.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
And thank you for all of you to be here, and thank you, Dawn. There's a lot of planning. Yes, there is, but you know what? Every time I do it, it gets a little easier, and that is fabulous. So I hope that you're going to feel all these all the wonderful energies, particularly. Yes, as we get to the top of the hour. And let me, for those of you that have been here before, you know the routine. For those of you that are just popping in, I'll explain it to you. At 7 p.m., or just a few minutes before 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Val is going to lead us in a prayer, and we are all going to set the intention that we are sending light, love, compassion, unity out into the world wherever it might be needed.
Yeah.
And then we'll have some other guests that are going to join us. We're going to talk about positive things, about some of the miracles that that we have, each one of us, experienced over the last 6-7 months. And I think a lot of it, I can point back to this event and to say it is, when a group of us gathers and we send out the same intention, it multiplies exponentially.
It just does. Oh my gosh, so much so. And this energy comes back to you from the universe. Tenfold, all amplified. So, I mean, there's just so much good that comes out of this kind of intention being gathering together in this way, and aligning together in a group like this to do this is so powerful.
Thank you. Yes, and Warrior Widow says 3 or more unite, miracles happen.
Miracles happen.
They do.
So that just gave me the chills. So the guides and angels are like, yes.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So I'm grateful to each and every one of you, and I will remind you, and as we go through the various time zones and so on, I will remind you to please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps not only me to get the word out in front of people who need to hear what I'm saying, they just don't know where I am, and also for my guests. So if you go to the posts section on my YouTube page, I've got everyone that is supposed to be here. I've got their channels listed so that you can go over and support them as well.
Yeah.
So
that's nice.
Okay. Yes. Oh, and Anna Hutchinson says candlelight in the window. Yes. Yes.
That's right.
Yes. Absolutely. So lovely to have you guys here. I am hoping that Sherry from Trancing with Spirit, the one who kind of started all this, I'm hoping that she is going to join us. She wasn't feeling well earlier and said she was going to lay down and see if she felt better. So I hope that she'll be able to join us. If not, just know that she is here with us in spirit and support what we do.
Yeah, that's so. I hope so. Hope she can.
Yes, absolutely. And who else? I'll let you know who else we're going to have that is going to be coming on. We've got Trish James from Trish James Oracles is going to be joining us. And we've got Kelly Kirchner of Cali Healer is going to join us. Allie from Heart and Soul Connected. Yay. We've got Diana Bowles. Valerie, Valerie Bradshaw, Illumination Portal. And then taking us out on a very, very special and high meditation is going to be Terry Renner. Holding your space. Right?
Yeah, and exactly. And she'll be phenomenal doing that. Just beautiful. So I can't wait for that.
Absolutely. Yeah. And thank you, Ella Rain. That is very generous of you. And I hope that is returned to you 1,000-fold.
Yep. 1,000 million. I mean,
million-fold. Yeah.
Maybe gazillion.
Yes. And Sue Toffee, thank you. She gifted one heart-centered membership. Thank you to the lucky person who did that, who received that.
Yes, that's fantastic.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And what else? I just want to make sure that I get all the business end of things out of the way. If for those of you that are members on my channel, please make sure that I have your email address. And you can send me an email at heartcenteredtarot@outlook.com. And why do I want your email address? Well, I'm not going to send you a whole bunch of advertising or whatnot. I like to have the email addresses on file because there are times when things come up, when I have someone has to reschedule a personal reading. And it's usually, maybe sometimes within a couple hours notice, sometimes it's a day notice. And if I've already planned my day, I like to fill the spot. So guess where I'm going to go first? First, I send an email out to all my members saying, I've got a spot available at this time on this day. Here is the reduced rate because you do get a reduced rate for those last minute things. First one who gets in touch with me takes the spot.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That is wonderful. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what has been happening in your corner of the world? How are things with you?
Oh, there is so much energy, crazy energy coming in to trigger, to get you to see things in whatever way it is and however it shows up for you. You're really getting, if I'm any indication, and I feel like I'm always the poster child for exactly what's going on, because these last few weeks, especially this week, have been so high intensity of everything that you were thinking, saying, and doing is manifesting now. I mean, manifesting on the lesson side, where maybe you did a little something and you triggered yourself in some way, and then boom, the lesson just comes back, smashes you in the face. It's like you cannot avoid it at all. And this is beautiful because we are expanding our awareness and growing and really letting go of all those wounded and shadow sides of our inner child, letting go of that wounding and really embracing our wholeness. This is really even more intense than the last month. So yeah, I feel like we're turning a corner to where all the last little pinpoints of this stuff that needs to be dredged out of us is doing so. Because I really, as I said before on different shows, we are taking in that light, and we are not going back down to a lower vibration. We're holding the light now. And how do we do that? We let go of all the tiny crumbs of things that need extra cleanup that we think we took care of it, or we didn't even think about it. And I feel like, this is really going to be a magical time. And I am thankful for all this stuff coming up for me. Because I know that this really will allow me to really breathe in that love and be that love. Because, hi, everyone. Hi, peace, love, marriage. Thank you. More your widow. Yeah, it's really true. So all of you out there suffering through physical ailments, all these things, it can show up in so many different ways. For me, it's little lessons and things, and maybe a stirring of some wounded part. And all of this, for you, it could be ailments, it could be aches and pains, it could be all these different things coming up. Like me, I had to go to the skin doctor, and they had to freeze a few spots on my arm. It's things that need to be taken care of. How about you, Marina? What's it been like for you?
It has been same thing. It has been intense.
Yeah.
And it's funny, on Thursday, I got together with my light worker group that I belong to. And we were all on Zoom, and the lady who is, let's say, our leader, was saying that, manifesting now is like, be careful what you wish for.
Be careful. And I mean on the downside and the upside of that. I'm not kidding you. You think this isn't manifesting. I'm just saying a little something about this person over here. Well, watch your judgment, folks. Boom. Shoo, hit you right in the face. I mean, we're talking where you put your focus on is an almost immediate response. Be careful. Focus on the good things.
Exactly. And Lauren Hunsinger said that, the energy is showing up on the Schumann and Italian graphs. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely it is. Absolutely. And
It
Warrior Widow, you made a very good point
Yeah.
a while ago that I do want to
Yeah.
address, and that was she has said that she just resubscribed to your channel, Val,
Oh,
because
good.
she was a subscriber, but somehow she'd been dropped, and that happens, guys. It's a good
Yeah.
idea every
Yeah.
once in a while to just take a few minutes
Yeah.
and go through all the people that you think you're subscribed to and make sure that you are subscribed to them.
So
Because
true.
sometimes
Yeah.
I don't know how YouTube does what it is that they do,
It
but
happens.
yeah, it
People
happens.
get dropped. Yeah.
Yeah. And so generally you have a pretty good indication when, if it comes to mind and you go, hey, Val hasn't put out any videos or done anything for a while. I should go check. Yeah. Yes. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. But thank you for that, Warrior Widow. I'm glad you
Yes.
resubscribe because, it is true. They do drop occasionally. You get dropped off. And it happens to me when I'm subscribed to people. And
Well,
yeah, that happens.
yes.
So,
And Sue
aw,
Coffee, thank
Sue
you
Coffee.
again.
That's very
That's
sweet.
3 so far that Sue Toffee has
Oh
gifted.
my
So
gosh,
thank
Sue
you.
Toffee.
Thank you.
That's
Paying
very
it
sweet.
forward.
Yeah, it
Paying
really
it
is
forward.
paying it forward. And that feels so good to do that.
It does.
It really does. And it feels good to be on the receiving end of that as well.
Yes.
So yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, things are really kind of weird. It's weird energy. Watch every thought you have. No judgment, because I went through a little bit of that, and it smashed me in the face so fast. It was like an instant manifestation.
Yeah.
Of that. And yeah. And Diana, Goddess Diana, oil painter.
Yes, she will be joining us later.
Yeah, that's great.
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It'll-
So anyway,
it's gonna
at
be
least,
fun.
so here we are. We're getting over the hurdle of all of this. The last little dregs and crumbs but this instant manifestation stuff is really a trick. And in the 5th dimensional frequencies, you are able to manifest the second you think it. So this is our training ground to keep our thoughts on what we want to bring in, period.
Yes.
Not what we don't want, not judgments about other people or whatever, or this or that or the other thing, or things we'd rather prefer, just on the things that we want to draw forward and just be in the now moment with it. And it all just happens so fast. I got to sit down and make myself a list of the things I want to bring in because I'm kidding you not, everyone. I will sit down and do some work on my website, for instance, on the gift card function.
Yes.
And I no more update that, put my energy in it. And I mean, a half hour later, I've got people buying gift cards.
Yes.
It was always there, but I put energy into it. Then I did the same thing when I was updating. I don't know if it was updating classes or something. And the minute I did that, all of a sudden, all these people signed up, and I go, what? What is that? Yes. And then somebody might come into my mind, and I'm going, what am I thinking about this person? Next thing I know, 2 minutes later, I have an email from that person saying, let's do a collab or whatever. Yes. I mean, this is very, very specific and ongoing.
And that's how quickly it's happening. That's how quickly it's happening.
And I mean, there's no way to describe it. It is a weird feeling of everything. This is happening everything I do. If I think something, my husband's coming down the stairs saying, oh, let's have a pizza. Or whatever. We're like telepathically communicating instantly.
Exactly.
It's just and never ending. And it makes me realize how powerful we are.
Yeah.
How quickly now
Yes.
we're so much in our sovereignty now. We're so much in the light of who we are that the density is lifted so much that it's so almost instantaneous in
Yes.
manifesting.
Exactly.
So, I mean, that's
And for those of you that it's happening to, I hope
yeah.
that one of the things that you notice is
Yeah.
how easy it is.
Yes.
You don't have to
There's no
struggle with it.
effort.
You don't have
No.
to. You don't. I'd mentioned before, and thank you, Liz, for asking about my hand is fine. I survived. And what I had imagined in my brain wasn't even close to what actually happened. So that was okay. This one is because it was a cortisone injection. It does tend to sometimes, with some people, bring on headaches, and I do have a little bit of a headache, but it's nothing major,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And as most of you know, my last appointment at this clinic was last Friday when they were going to remove a ganglion cyst.
This is a great story, everyone. Pay attention because it's another instant manifestation.
Instant manifestation.
Yes.
I had gone for the original x-rays and ultrasound to determine what was causing the pain in the area on May the 16th. On May the 22nd, I get together with my light worker group, and Ella is leading us in a meditation, talking to us about archangels and so on. And she wanted us to use a crystal because we were going to be doing some healing that was, not specific healing, but just healing, and it's going to happen when it's supposed to. So I grabbed my selenite, which is always by me. And, I was kind of rubbing it in the area while we were doing the meditation.
I don't even know what. I mean, did she say grab a crystal? Because
she said grab a crystal.
Because I mean, you did the exact thing that you should have been doing because it focused right on that area.
Totally.
Yeah.
So here we go. Fast forward now from the 22nd to June 20th, when I'm in, and this lovely doctor is now going to remove this ganglion cyst, which was underneath. It was kind of more in my palm, I guess. Yeah. And when they're not visible, they're called occult cysts.
I mean, it's pretty interesting.
Yes.
So they would use a terminology that's like a metaphysical kind of terminology.
Totally. So as he's working with the ultrasound so that he can determine where it is, so that he knows where to work. Yeah. And as he's moving the wand around, he said, when was your last ultrasound? I said, about 5 weeks ago. Huh, interesting. And then he goes on and does a little more. And he says, I can see it. I can see it on the ultrasound you had before.
Yeah.
It's not there. I can't find it. And as soon as he said that, I had totally forgotten about Ella's healing and what we were doing.
Yeah.
I participated in it. I put it out to the universe, and then I forgot about it.
And that's what you're supposed to do, folks.
Yes.
Don't dwell on it, not anticipate it, not look for an outcome, but just let it go. And that's what happened. Look, boom.
Boom.
Chakalaka.
It's like, oh my goodness, it's gone. And he was flabbergasted. I could see it. It's not there. And I said, hey, little old baby chicken me. Oh, that means no needles, no this, no that. And I got to get high in the afternoon.
I mean, hello. It's a win-win. All the way around.
Yeah. Yes.
It's a win-win.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Bless me. So yeah, it was fabulous.
Oh my gosh, Maureen is saying, I woke up with a nosebleed this morning. it was weird because last night I dreamt that I got hit in the nose by my brother, and we were little kids, and she woke up with the nosebleed, manifesting in this now universe. Yes. That is fascinating.
Yeah.
I have to say, that is totally fascinating.
Yeah. Yes. Peace, love, marriage. Kyanite is very, it's a very powerful stone.
Yeah, it is.
And yeah, you have to be careful with using kyanite because it is powerful, and it will it will make you spacey. So
it definitely, but it's great for the throat chakra, or I mean anything, because it's blue. It's really a good connection to everything, but it is it's powerful. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. I love kyanite.
Yes. Yeah. So they do say that when you're working with kyanite, start off in small doses.
Yeah.
Wear it or have it around you for maybe an hour or so, and then move it out of the way. And then maybe tomorrow do an hour and a half, 2 hours, and kind of work your way up. Yeah. So they're fabulous. Fabulous.
Yeah.
And Kay says, yes, I have to keep in mind about the manifesting. I just focus on what I want and not on anything I don't want. Yes.
Because the universe doesn't hear, and I don't want to hear you just want.
Yes.
So leave all those don't prefer things alone, and just everything you prefer to have in your life. Just it's the perfect way.
Yeah, absolutely. And I remember when one of my nieces was, she would have been maybe 9 or 10 years old, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And we were talking about how, how lucky she was with different things. And she said, "Oh, I'm not lucky. I just think about what I want, and I think about it and think about it, and it happens."
She was a manifester from the beginning.
From the beginning.
She already was like an alchemist and a manifester without even, it wasn't even something she had to work on.
No, she just knew. I just think about it, think about it.
Exactly.
And it happens. Yes. And Hope Suzanne, that's fabulous. Something similar happened with cancer in my kidneys years ago. My doctor thought I was nuts when I said I would work on it. Came back a couple months later. Yes. Exactly.
I love that. This is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Yes.
Wonderful. Yes. Energy flows where intentions go. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. 100%. And so I better sit down tonight and just get that big list of the things I want to manifest.
Yes, absolutely.
It's funny. I haven't done that in a long time because I just didn't feel energetically like, we'll just, but now, holy cow. The minute your awareness is on it for a second, well, watch out.
Exactly. So here we are. We are about a minute away from 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so after Val is finished with the prayer and setting the intention, we're going to ask you to participate. And how do you participate? Turn on your porch light.
Absolutely.
Put a lamp in a prominent window. Don't use real candles unless you're planning on burning it out fairly quickly. But battery operated candle or whatever. Yeah, put it in a window so that others can see you shine your light.
Exactly.
And that's what I envision every time we do one of these get-togethers. I envision the East Coast lighting up, and then Central lights up, and then Mountain lights up, and Pacific lights up. And by the end, it's like, oh.
That's exactly right. So do I.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
So if you want to take it away, Miss Val.
Okay. So you all, I'm not going to go through the whole breath thing, but take a deep breath in, everyone, because this is you signaling to the universe that you're opening up to receive. So I like to take 3 deep breaths, but you do that while I begin, because this is really opening you up. This is attuning to oneness, unity, and the light of this worldwide community Shine Your Light event. So as you take that deep breath in, feel the breath of life move through you, gentle, expansive, and divine. As we enter this sacred space together, allow yourself to settle into the presence of pure light, the light that lives within you, the light that connects you to every soul gathered around the world. Feel into the stillness now, and with your next breath, begin to sense the radiant grid of light forming across the earth, a global network of hearts unified in purpose, anchored in love. You are not alone. You are part of a great wave of light workers, wisdom keepers, and healers who have come together at this moment to shine with intention for peace, for love, for oneness. Feel this unity rise from the center of your being, linking heart to heart, soul to soul. Feel the pulse of divine source moving through this connection, reminding you that we are one light, expressing through many. In this sacred attunement, we open ourselves fully to our highest timeline, to the remembrance of our shared divinity, and to the truth that together we are powerful beyond measure. May this resonance of peace, this current of compassion, this flame of unity carry through the earth like a song, sung by the hearts of the awakened. We are here. We are united. We shine as one. And so it is, and so shall it be. It is done. Thank you. Okay, that's it.
Perfect.
All right.
Val, you always do such a great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you again, Sutafi.
Yes.
That is very, very generous of you.
That is so sweet. And with that, I will bow out and leave you to your.
Leave me here all alone.
I mean,
yes, I am anticipating.
Yeah.
Some folks are going to come in, and they'll join us whenever they happen to get here.
They will. So you're okay with me?
Yes.
Okay, everyone. I'm going to go finish painting some walls.
Yes.
Bye, everyone. I'll be back. See you.
All righty. Perfect. Okay. See you in a bit, Val. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. And thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm really in your face, aren't I? Let me see if I can back away from the camera a little bit, because I don't need to be right there. So I will also let you guys know that there is a website called shineyourlight2025.com. And you can go on there. You can sign up to receive emails on things that are coming up. You can also go to my merch store, and I'm going to put the banner up for it. There you go. So you can go directly to that. or just go to my YouTube page and click on where it says more after the three little dots and scroll down, and there will be a link there for the merch shop. And you can go on there and you can get some of your own Shine Your Light merchandise. Now, one of the lovely things, or several lovely things about that is, because I'm located in Canada, the prices are in Canadian dollars. So when you go in as someone from the US, it's like you're automatically getting 25-30% off. And there are constantly deals that are happening on there. You do, or you order directly and they ship it out to you. You can have t-shirts. Like, I'm going to stand up. Here you go. Look, you can have a Shine Your Light t-shirt. Comes in all kinds of different colors and so on. You can get a Shine Your Light mug, and again, you get to decide the colors and whatnot. And then if you know someone who is pregnant or someone who had just had a baby, and you're wondering what to get them that would be unique, here you go. I got a couple choices for you. You can get the little panda bear, and he's wearing a little t-shirt, and you get to choose the color of the t-shirt that you want, and it's a Shine Your Light. And it's a lovely little reminder for the new soul that is coming in to, always shine your light. Be part of that love, light, compassion, and unity. If you don't like that one, if you want something a little more teddy bearish, there's this guy. I think he's so cute. And he's got the Shine Your Light t-shirt as well. So there are many, many ways to not only support the channel, but to support this show, to keep it going, to keep it progressing forward, so that we can get the message out to people who want to hear what it is that we're sharing, that we're talking about. They just don't know who Marina is. They just don't know about heart-centered tarot. So when you do those things, you support the channel, and it helps with the algorithms, and it helps get the message out. And I know Sue Toffee. Are they not adorable? And apparently they ship worldwide. So all I do is create the let me remove that. Okay. All I do is create the design and whatnot and submit it, and then you go in, you can pick t-shirts, sweatshirts, aprons, hats. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Not only for Shine Your Light, but you can get a Messages for Lightworkers t-shirt. You can get Sisters of Mystical Tarot t-shirt. You can get Taco Tuesdays t-shirts. So there's lots and lots of things for you to choose from that are there. So I do want to carry on with that discussion about manifesting. And hello, Viviani, nice to see you here. Because it is getting so much easier to manifest. Just want to remind you that part of the process of manifesting is to determine what it is that you want to manifest. Be grateful for it from the moment that you start thinking about it, right? And speak of it in terms as if it is already here. And then let it go your job at that point is done. You just let it go and wait for it to come in. And many of you have heard me say it's like, when you go to um, a restaurant with friends, you're greeted by a waiter who sits you down. They give you a menu. You go through the menu. You pick up what you want. They take your order, and you sit there and you enjoy the company. You don't follow the waiter into the kitchen to make sure that he delivers your order to the cook. And you don't stand over top of the cook to make sure that they are preparing what it is that you ordered. You do it out of absolute faith. I have put my order in. Now I'm just going to sit back. You know that the meal is coming. You just don't know, is it coming in the next minute? Or if it's, coming 20 minutes from now. You just know that it is coming. And you think about it. You talk about the meals. Oh, you know what? I've heard that the beef here is absolutely fabulous, and they do a great job with the pasta. So you get excited about the meal before it arrives, and it always does, doesn't it? It always does. So just remember that. Put your order in. Be grateful. And speak of it in terms of it has already happened. And I can tell you from personal experience that it works. It absolutely does work. So, maybe the first, the first couple times that you try it, it doesn't manifest for you immediately in the way that you want it. Just know that what is coming for you, what is meant for you, will never pass you by. It will always come to you. Your job is just to be ready for when it comes in, and don't limit yourself, right? When you're, let's say, for example, I am now willing and able to accept abundance in all areas of my life, in spiritual abundance, in physical abundance, in financial abundance. Whatever form that abundance is going to take, I am ready, willing, and able to accept it. And I am grateful for it, even before it arrives. And you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised how quickly things happen. So, I was thinking one of the things that we could, maybe take a look at, because I know that each and every one of you has, you have experienced some of your own little miracles, that, if you want to share them, by all means, this is the platform to do it, to share it, so that others can take joy with you in the things that that you're bringing forward for yourself. So, yeah, Innocent Potato said, yeah, love the song Let It Be. Yes, absolutely. Just let it be. Speaking words of wisdom. So, hello, Miss Valerie from Illumination Portal. Hello, my darling. And Valerie from Illumination Portal is going to be joining us later. And Hope Suzanne says, I'm relatively new here and I love this energy. Oh, well, so honored that you have joined us, Hope Suzanne, because this is a beautiful, beautiful community. We're very supportive of each other. We're very kind to each other. We like to encourage each other in things that we're doing. We share a lot of information. I think most of us that are part of this community, we have already started to live the life that that we want to live in the future, that we hope others will join us in living in the future. And that is, there is no judgment. There is no judgment. No one is above anyone else. that those of us that do readings and mediumship and so on, the only difference between me and you, I practice. That's it. That's it. I'm no more special than anybody else out there. So it's like, you want to play piano in Carnegie Hall? Well, you don't go out and buy a piano and say, "Hey, Carnegie Hall, I'm here." You take lessons, right? You challenge yourself in terms of playing pieces that progressively get a little more difficult and so on. But you do it, and before you know it, one day, yes, you are playing in Carnegie Hall. So this is available to everyone, absolutely everyone that is up there. So. And yes, Garnet McCleary, absolutely. Let the spirit move your heart. Yeah, that's right. And Mary Thornberry, and we all know that nothing wrong comes from doing good. This community rocks. Thank you, Mary. I feel the same way. I feel the same way, that this is a fabulous community, and I am always grateful that I found this community when I did, and that it accepted me the way that it did. And I'm always mindful to pay it forward, so that as new readers, new artists, new people come on board, and when they reach out and say, "Oh, I was hoping that you might want to do a collaboration with me," absolutely. Absolutely. Someone gave me a hand. So I am there to give others a hand as well. So um, don't ever feel like you can't reach out to someone in this community because, well, your channel is too small. There is no such thing. There is no such thing. It's all built on energy. And yeah. Teresa, that's fabulous. Pulled a card from the Soul Family Oracle deck. And yeah, and the card was Soul Family. Yes, absolutely. Because that's what we are. We are a soul family. And we do, sorry, as I readjust myself here, we do travel in soul groups, right? We are all part of the one divine, the one spirit. But we do travel in soul groups. That's why sometimes you'll notice you'll meet someone and there's just that instant bond, like incredible recognition that, have we met before? Where do you work? What, as you try to locate where you might have met that person before or whatnot. That's that soul family recognition, right? So, ooh. Ah. Oh, Lorraine. Yeah. She said, this community, this tribe, this wonderful group of people have literally saved my life. November 6, 2024, I was planning the last 75 days of my life and how to write letters to my family. I am so grateful, Lorraine, that you are still here with us, because there is a purpose for everything. And hello, Judy's Healing Fire. Hello, thank you for joining us. For those of you that are not sure or have never heard of Judy's Healing Fire, she is a fabulous Reiki practitioner, distance practitioner, tarot reader, so on. She's going to be on my channel on July, I'm just double checking, July 22nd. Yes, she is at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So if you want to learn more about Judy's Healing Fire, make sure that you stop on by. But in the meantime, you can also find her channel on YouTube, and yeah, make sure that you go over and subscribe. And oops, sorry, wrong way. Okay. And yeah, to all the all the guests, all the people that are here. If you're working on something, if you're doing something, if you want a little bit of exposure on something, don't ever be afraid to say, hey, guys, I do such and such. And, would you like to come over to my channel and take a look and see what I have? Absolutely. Yes. And Scott, wonderful, says, yeah, I've been manifesting for some time, but you gave me a different way to look at it. Perfect. Yeah. And yeah, we are, it's amazing how quickly we develop friendships here. That Val and I have never met in person. And yet I feel like I've spent lifetimes with her. Same thing with Allie. And actually, a large majority of the people that you see me on here with, we have not met face to face in person. And yet I consider them very dear and cherished friends. So, and same thing goes for Dawn Turner, who doesn't live that far from me. And we have met in person, and she's fabulous. So just so you know, there you go. And yeah, and Sutapi said, I literally Googled American and found Linda G. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she is. Well, I mean, she's Linda G. Okay. One day, I'm hoping that there will come a day when people will say, well, Marina said, and people are going to know exactly who they're talking about. So that's what I'm trying to manifest. So yeah. And she is just absolutely fabulous. She is just on her way home from Sedona. There's a lovely group of them that spent the last 4 or 5 days, I think, in Sedona. And several of them I'd hoped would be able to join us, but yeah, do you want to do this, or do you want to go to Sedona? Hey, I totally get that. Yeah, Sedona, hands down. I'll catch you next month. Yes. And Couponing with Grace said, yeah, love listening to Linda G. Very new to this community. Well, welcome. Oh, well, thank you, Judy. Thank you. Yeah. And yeah, they've been in Mount Shasta this week. Yeah. Yeah. And Judy, if you want, Maureen D'Amico would like to know what your YouTube channel is. So go ahead and post it. And for those of you that are here, if you do want to subscribe to Judy's channel, make sure that that you go to her channel and subscribe from there, rather than just through the link, because sometimes the link will drop it after a few days. But if you're on the actual channel and do it from there, yeah. So okay. And thank you, Dawn. We have so many interesting lifelines. Yes, we do, Dawn. Yes, we do. And they're fabulous. They're fabulous. And yes, Lorraine, spirit led you. Perfect. 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 Okay. I just have to double check something. Uh, yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. Just wanted to make sure that I would know if people were having difficulty getting into the channel and so on. So, uh, and as we help you guys help us as well. I hope that you realize that this is a lovely energetic exchange that we are part of. That you know we share with you, you share with us, uh, and okay, well, Dune, excellent. Yeah, she started out with channeler psychic Dave Johnson, Man in the Moon. And that's how she found Linda G and went from there. Yep. Yep. Absolutely. And there's some fabulous, fabulous readers that are out there. And Maureen, don't talk yourself out of it. Don't talk yourself out of it. You when you get those impressions, say thank you. Say thank you. And allow them to come in. When you accept those gifts, more will flow to you. And again, a lot of things I learned through personal experience, as many of you know. Um, Years ago, I had two of my friends. We were at a gathering together, and someone had asked if there was anyone who was there who was a medium. And I knew that two of my friends were mediums. So I thought, okay, one of them will speak up. And they did. And they said, well, and Marina's also a medium. And I quickly cut in and said, oh, no, I'm not. No, no, no. I'm a tarot reader. I'm not a medium. And they both kind of smiled at me, you know, that knowing like, she doesn't get it yet kind of smile. And it wasn't until I think it was last year in February 1st, as a matter of fact, that I had gone and out and I did the excuse me, the cinnamon ceremony. For those of you who may or may not know, that is you put a little bit of cinnamon in the palm of your hand, and you go outside your home, make sure that the doors are open, and then you set the intention and you blow the cinnamon into the house, and that is supposed to bring all kinds of good things in. You can also go to to the back door, and you can open that door and blow some cinnamon out, so that you can get rid of anything that is any energy that is stale. You can send it on its way. I was so internally happy when I did that I said out loud, I am ready for all the abundance that you can throw at me. I'm ready. And it was within 20 minutes that I was at the computer and I was typing out my first channeled message. So, yeah, absolutely. It happens like that. Yes. Yeah, Lorraine, give it a try. You know who else is really, really good about sharing information like that? Is Colleen the Cool Crone and Gerald of Tarot Stash. For those, some of you that may or may not know, they are both practicing witches. and they have there's a lot of ceremonies and things that go on. And it was after I listened to Gerald and Colleen do a show on Imbolc, which is the kind of the beginning of spring, if you will, that I heard about the cinnamon ritual, and I thought I'll try it. I'll try it, and boom, that quickly it happened. So yeah. All right, I just want to make sure I haven't missed anything on here. Yes, absolutely, absolutely, yeah. Oh, thank you, spiritual hags. Yes, absolutely. That is one of the key things is to set aside the fear, to set aside the ego, and um, to not let it talk you out of something, because that's part of what ego does. And you always know the difference between when ego is talking to you versus when spirit is talking to you, because ego yells and it's very loud, and spirit whispers and is very soft. And spirit doesn't it doesn't make you feel bad. Ego will make you doubt yourself. Oh, really? You got a premonition about something? You didn't actually say anything to anyone, did you? Because it kind of sounds a little woo-hoo, that's ego. Spirit is the one who says, right? Yeah, something's coming up, and there you go. Better get ready. Don't, you may not want to leave your house. Um, because there's a phone call or something is coming in. So yeah, absolutely. And couponing with grace. Can the cinnamon ritual be done anytime? I think that it is meant to be done the first of every month, the first of the month. I haven't heard that you couldn't do it at any time, but it's in any time that I have heard it referred to, it's always been on the first of the month. Do that. And and innocent potato, the cinnamon ritual is, and here I go, on the first of every month, put a little bit of cinnamon in the palm of your hand, go outside your dwelling, your apartment, your house, or wherever you reside, open the door, and then just blow the cinnamon in with whatever intention you want to set for it. You want, are you ready to receive some financial abundance? I am ready to receive financial abundance. Blow it into the house and then forget about it. Forget about it. Don't do the typically human thing, which is, oh yeah, I need, I'm going to be short this month, so I need to get some money in. Well, I don't know how it's going to happen, because nobody owes me money, so that's not it. It's not like, my employer's going to give me a bonus. Don't think of all the things that it can't happen. You simply say, I'm ready. It's going to come in. Abundance comes to me from unexpected sources and in unexpected ways all the time. And then when it comes in, say thank you. Thank you, Spirit. So glad you were able to do that. So yeah. Okay, so I've done the merchandising, and I've told you a little bit about the website. Oh, the other thing that I will tell you is I do have a series of classes that I offer through my website, which is Marina's Heart Center Tarot.com. There you go. You can go on there and take a look and see some of the courses that are available. Achieving Union is a fabulous 30-day self-directed course. And it involves you receive a short 5, maybe 10-minute video from me every morning. And there's a series of exercises that I ask you to do. They are self-directed in that you can listen to the videos and do the exercises when it fits into your schedule, not when it fits into my schedule. And then we generally gather once a week, go through, share progress, answer any questions that come up, and so on. The idea is that at the end of the 30 days, you will have a much closer union with spirit than you do at the start. And that is because the exercises are designed to help you pay attention to when spirit is talking to you. And what it feels like when you follow spirit. There is also, I also have a change the tape, and that's generally a 2.5 hour afternoon session. And that examines looking at the default tapes that we play in our head that we automatically go to without even thinking about it. We just automatically defer to them. And they represent stories and truths that we have heard about ourselves that we believe to be true. And they may have been true at some point, but they may not be true any longer. So it's how to recognize the default tapes that you go to and how to change them. How to say, that might have been my truth a while ago. It is no longer my truth. So you can replace it with something a little positive. Hold on. Okay. The other course is intuition or ego. And again, that's kind of when is spirit talking to you versus when is ego talking to you. I have heard some people say that, and I've gotten some wonderful responses from people who have taken the course, especially the Achieving Union course, and have said it's life-changing. The more tools that you can put in your spiritual tool belt, the better prepared you are, the more that you're able to go through life with grace and calm and in control, where you determine the path your life is taking rather than allowing someone else to dictate how your life is going to go. And we cover all kinds of things, setting boundaries, and I do have a list of additional courses that I'll be starting to set up fairly soon. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. I don't have to conquer the world in one day. So, and innocent potato, that's very true. Native Americans always stress being thankful. It's a great way to start your day. Absolutely. Absolutely. We are, for the most part, we're transients going through here. We have to be respectful of the people that came before us and the people that will come after us. And Native traditions, Native teachings honor that very, very well. And certainly, I think in some ways, a lot more profoundly than organized religion does, because it's simply it's simply a way of life. And they're wonderful, wonderful traditions, and I enjoy them. I enjoy them. Some of you may know I'm in Calgary, Alberta, so we're coming up on our Calgary Stampede, the greatest outdoor show on earth. For those of you who don't know, that will be on July 4th through the 13th, and then the following weekend is the Tsatina Nation powwow, and that's one of the nations that is close to me. It's about 40 minutes, an hour away, and I love to go to the powwow. It is an opportunity um, to see Native culture in a very positive light. Because let's face it, the white people have kind of almost bullied the natives into believing things about themselves that aren't true. And they are slowly regaining some of that power back. So I love to spend time in that energy. I love to listen to the drumming. Oh, it's like hearing the heartbeat of Mother Earth, and love the food. I'm very food motivated. And just being in the company of people that are respectful, that honor tradition, that view others in very non-judgmental ways. And I like that. That fits in with very much with my ideology, with my spiritual journey. Is I am not here to judge anyone. Right. I don't remember anyone having a vote. There was no contest that I won. So, yeah. And yes, yeah, we are all related. Absolutely. And one of the things that I remember hearing from a Native elder a number of years ago, talked about making mistakes and learning lessons. And he held up a feather, and he said, how many mistakes or lessons do you need to learn before you're finally kind of a whole human being, or something along those lines? And you're pondering the question and whatnot, and he said the answer is, you need to make as many mistakes as there are little branches or little feathers that are in the big eagle feather. So if you can visualize how those are all kind of stuck together, and if you start pulling them apart, there's hundreds and thousands, depending on how big the feather is. So in other words, you don't see your mistakes as diminishing you. You see your mistakes as something that encourages growth in you. You see them as learning opportunities, not a vehicle to make yourself feel bad about yourself, right? So in there, we get into self-talk as well. Sometimes you have to consciously pay attention to what is being said, but also to what is how things are making you feel. And when you think about, sometimes when you talk to yourself, you wouldn't, if you were talking to a dear friend, you wouldn't talk the way that you sometimes do to yourself. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. No, you're not. No, you're not. So, but praise yourself. Be happy with your successes. Don't be ashamed to take credit for the things that you have done. when someone says, oh, you did a fabulous job on such and such. Thank you. I enjoyed working on it. Right? Rather than what we're normally used to. Oh, that thing. Oh, that was nothing. No, that wasn't a big deal. It was just, So be kind to yourself. And okay. And Peace says, yes, learning opportunities since I was a young child. I don't want to be this way. Yes, observation of adults. Yeah, because we have control over how we are going to live our lives. We may not be able to control some of the circumstances of things that happen to us because we were not in a position to be, active participants in that. What we do get to decide is once we realize that there is some kind of trauma or some kind of idea, thought, event in our past that we want to change, we get to decide how it is that we're going to change it and what outcome we want from that. So I may not, as a child, have been in a position to do anything about, let's say maybe a circumstance that I grew up in. But as an adult, I can choose to see the lessons and to move on from it and to make changes. Or I can simply sit back and say, well, that's a little too hard. I'm just a victim of my childhood. If it wasn't for all the horrible things that happened in my childhood, well, you didn't know at that point what you could do. But now you do. Now you do. And that exploration into the self is key, is vital. It's very, very necessary in order to progress forward. And learning more about yourself is never a waste of time. Never. Because the more that you know about yourself, the more that you want to know about yourself. You want to know where you're, what you are able to do and what you might need to work on a little. Work on a little. Maybe you just brand new to tarot and you just picked up a tarot deck. And you're looking at the cards and you're saying, oh yeah, that's just overwhelming. Like there's just so much to remember and whatnot. Maybe just look at the images. What did the images say to you? Why can't you read on the images and how the images make you feel? Why is it that, somebody might have said that the Tower card in the tarot means, that's it. The world is falling apart. Well, not really. It could mean, something old has to break down so that it can be replaced by something new. Right? You don't plant a garden or just throw seeds in a garden until you've tilled the soil, until you've gotten rid of the weeds, until you've made sure that the growing environment is just right. Then you plant the seeds. You don't just throw them in there and say, oh yeah, no, my garden didn't grow this year. So all kinds of learning and fabulous things that are happening. So yeah. And Maureen will be starting EMDR therapy beginning Monday. My childhood is what made me, but it doesn't have to define me. Exactly. That is right up there with you are not your mistakes. Your mistakes do not define who you are. I made a mistake. Yeah. So we're going to be The Tower of Spirit telling you you need a new car. Yes. Yeah. That will work. That can work too. Absolutely. Absolutely. It can mean um, whatever you want it to mean. That was how that is generally how I tend to read tarot, oracle, and so on, um, is more by intuition than by simply memorizing what each card means and then just repeating what that card means, because it's kind of like uh, looking at art, looking at a painting, and 10 people can look at one painting and 10 people will walk away with 10 different impressions of what it was that they saw, because they're going to be drawn into things that have more meaning for them than they might for someone else. Someone might want to talk about color and how the artist's use of primary color was brilliant in setting their message. Somebody else might focus on the brush strokes and say, well, they all kind of look like they were little check marks, and how fabulous that you can take a bunch of check marks and make something out of it. Everyone interprets it differently. Everyone looks at it differently. Everyone gets a different message. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's not that, one person is right and 9 people are wrong. No, all 10 of them are absolutely right because it meant something to them. Yeah. Okay. Let me just, I've been doing a lot of talking. How about you guys talk? One of you carry on the conversation. So I'm sure that Val will be joining us. We're getting to almost the 7 p.m. Central Standard Time hour. And I'm just, one of my inner child tools is a teddy bear. Oh, Barbara, that's fabulous. It's fabulous. Yeah. And I want to make sure that I don't miss a lot of your comments. I've been trying to pay attention to your comments as I've been talking. Yeah, your guides learn how you interpret each card, and they learn to communicate with you. Yes, absolutely. You just go with the intuition, and don't. I think a lot of people make the mistake in thinking that if they get an impression about something, whether it makes sense to you or not, that they stop themselves. Well, that doesn't sound right. I can't say that. That doesn't sound right. According to who? According to who? Maybe it doesn't make sense to you, but it might be absolutely perfect for the person who is receiving the message. And isn't that who you're trying to communicate with anyway? Is the person that you're reading for? So, yeah. Thank you, Crunchy Dreams. Not on that sort of trusting your intuition. And you guys know I love my stories. I did a collaboration with a wonderful medium, Fernando Maron. I love saying that name, Fernie. And he is talented beyond belief. And we were doing a reading together, and someone in the chat had asked about messages from their sister. Hey, Val.
Hey.
Hey. Just in the middle of a story here.
Oh, go ahead.
So, the first thing that I picked up on was I saw the impression of this lady standing there with one hand on her hip and the other hand kind of going like this and saying, "What's with the roots?" And initially I thought, but that doesn't make any sense. I can't say that. I'm going to sound stupid. But then, the other higher part of me said, just say it. So, okay, fine. Put the axe down. It's all right. So I said it. And the lady had no idea. She said, no, it doesn't make any sense. Doesn't, whatever. Okay, well, I said it. She came back about 15 minutes later and said, oh my God, I know exactly what you're talking about. She said, yeah, that would absolutely be my sister. And she said, yeah, a number of months ago, I decided that I was no longer going to color my hair, that I was just going to let the gray come in. And that's what she was doing. She was talking about the roots, where initially, what the person asking was concentrating on was, roots in the garden, picking up roots or something along those lines. So don't stand in your own way. If you get a message, remember, you are the messenger. Your job is to deliver the message, not to interpret it, not to make sense of it. And it doesn't need to make sense to you. It just needs to make sense to the person that you're reading for.
I love that. It's really a good example of just saying what you get. Say it.
Say it.
Don't judge it, because in some way, shape, or form, it is going to hit home and mean something so important. And also, those are the kind of things that identify that person to the sitter who's waiting to hear from them. So
Totally.
Yeah. Even if it sounds really weird, those are usually the little things that really identify, that was
the best ones.
Yes, the best ones.
The best ones.
Yeah.
The best ones. Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. So I'm going to let Val do her thing. Okay. I'm going to disappear off screen for a minute because I need to make a pit stop.
Yes, do so. Okay.
Okay.
All yours. All right. So as usual, we're going to take some deep breaths in. I like to take 3. I'm not going to walk you through them all, but please keep doing it, because as you take the deep breath, you're in a state of allowing. So deep breath in and exhale through your mouth. Beloved divine source, infinite creator of all that is, we call upon the highest vibrations of light, the guides, angels, ascended beings, and guardians of love, to surround us now in a sacred field of pure radiance. We open our hearts as vessels of your infinite light, grounded in peace, overflowing with love, and aligned with the highest timeline of unity and harmony. May this moment be a sacred portal where we shine the truth of who we are, divine sparks of creation, infinite beings of light, and carriers of love that transcends all boundaries. Together, we hold the vision of a world illuminated with compassion, kindness, and peace. May the light of our hearts merge into a wave of golden radiance, reaching every soul, every corner of the earth, lifting the vibration of all beings. We send light into the shadows, love where there is pain, and unity where there is division. Through the power of this intention, we co-create a reality rooted in oneness. Thank you, beloved guides, angels, and beings of light, for walking beside us, for amplifying our prayers and holding us steady in the frequency of the highest good. So be it, and so it is. It is done. And so thank you all for listening to this. And I really, really, really appreciate the energy reaching out through the heart and feeling that radiant light. Because as I was saying this prayer of intention, it felt like my heart was becoming that heart flame going around the earth. And
Because
hey, Trish.
Hi. I'm just going to turn off.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I've been listening to the show.
Yeah, go ahead. So I'll just keep telling everyone
that's me. Just
turn off. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
There. Quiet.
Good. Oh, Trish, hello. Good to see
Good.
you.
Hi, everybody. So I've been enjoying the show.
Hi, Trish.
Hi. That was beautiful, Val, too.
Oh, thank you, Trish. I just come in for the prayer of intention every hour, but it's so good to see you, Trish, and Marina. Enjoy your time, and I'm gonna go back to doing what I was doing.
Thank you, Val. That was fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
Very beautiful.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
See you in an hour, Val. So, Trish, how are you?
I'm very, very well. Thank you, Marina. Been really enjoying the show today.
Oh,
and I just have to say, I just love what you're doing. And I told you that last time before we went on, how much I just love what you're creating, the bringing the people together and the energy, and it's just beautiful. And this is so up my alley. I'm all about light and positivity, and yeah, it's just beautiful.
And I've
got some stories to share today too.
Yes. Yes, that is fabulous, because yes, I was hoping that, we can concentrate on, because there are so many little miracles that come into our life that, we don't often recognize them as being little miracles. And every time it happens, the more grateful that we are for them, the more that come in.
And you surrender to them. That's my leaving my old job. I was 25 years as a photographer. I was getting all of these little signs, migraines every time I did a shoot, every time I did the editing job, migraines and in the end I just had to, and there was other things as well. And I just had to surrender and just let it go and just put the faith, and it was universe pushing me to say,
yes,
you need to change paths. And so now I'm full-time doing this. And I love it. And I wish I'd done it sooner. I really wish I've always done this, but not full time. I've always had the photography. So it's just, I should have surrendered. I should have listened to the signs long ago, but I'm so grateful that I have done that now.
Fabulous. Fabulous. And that's exactly it, that no one ever becomes part of this community and says, I'm going to wait 6 months and then I'm going to retry again. It's
and if you do wait, you regret that you waited.
Yes.
You should just follow your heart when you get that first inkling. Definitely.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I want to say hello to some of the folks. If you're coming in from Trisha's channel, welcome. And whether you're whether you're watching us live or whether you're watching us in replay, the energy is going to be the same, right?
Yes.
Because you're going to hear the message when you are meant to hear it, whether it is in this moment in time or at some future moment in time. And so you're here at the perfect time whenever you happen to hear it. So tell us about your how you put your intention into your cards, how you have been honoring your path.
I have been, and you feel it. You feel so connected when you do that. But see, I'm working on, as you know, I'm card creator, but I also do personalized cards, and I can only fit 3 of those in each year, and I'm fully booked for 2025 because I do get emails about that. But I'm shifting between energies right now, so it's such a perfect time for me to show and explain the difference between the energies as it comes in for each card. So each deck has its own resonance because I'm working with different beings, different spirit guides as I'm creating. So the energy coming in that came in yesterday powerful. So powerful. It's an energy that makes me almost jittery when I'm around it. Very jittery and almost like crying. It's such a heart radiance energy that came in yesterday. So I've moved from the other deck that I was creating, which is now in revision stage, and I've been holding them back, saying, no, I don't want to mix the energies, so please hold back until that deck's created. Well, I finished creating that 2 days ago. Yesterday they stepped in, so they were waiting and ready to go. So it's such beautiful energy. Now, yesterday I did my Neptune moon reading. This is my Neptune deck. It's probably one of my most powerful energetic decks that I have. Not available at the moment, but I probably will release it towards the end of the year. But I was working with that yesterday, and when I do my pick a card readings over on my Cosmic Trish channel, I've popped that up on my name because that's my light channel. So where I do my positive messages and my light work, it's all on my Cosmic Trish Tarot Astrology channel. So I was doing my pick a cards, and I always do a little bonus reading at the end. So if Spirit wants to come in and give me a message, that's where they can put it. So when I'm reading as if I'm reading for the community, for the collective, but they'll pop messages for me in there. And one of the messages was, don't be so afraid to share things. There's things that I hold back because I'm scared to tell people because they might think I'm cuckoo. So, but the thing is with this energy that's coming in now, it's cosmic energy. It's connected to an author, so a book that's called The King's Tide, The Immortal Cycle. And it has so many beautiful themes in this book, things about love, but love on a very deep level. So it's that soul family, as you talked about earlier. So that's one of the themes that runs through this book. It's that remembrance when you come into contact with your soul family, and you can just feel that energy, there's a connection there, and there's something very special in that purpose. So that's one of the themes of this deck. So that will go into those cards. Plus there's reincarnation. There is beautiful gifts that we've learnt in other lives that we are now remembering now and coming back into play now. And it's also very cosmic. So it takes place in, it talks about this, the book, storybook from the author. He talks about how he's had other incarnations on other planets, and now it's all coming back into this lifetime here. So this is the energy that I'm pulling in. Sorry, that's my African, that's my purple violet tea, just to calm. So because I am a little bit of a hyper person sometimes. I can be, especially when I get excited and start talking about the energy here. So yeah, I get a little bit excited. So I'm calming. But so there's a lot of beautiful themes in this book, and one of those themes being cosmic energy. Now, when quite a few years ago, I had some cosmic contacts. I had a very tall being manifest in my room, physically very tall. He had a white gown on, and he had white radiant light coming out of his hands. And I woke up to him standing over me, doing some healing. And I don't tell many people those things because I don't want to sound too cuckoo. It's not like it's a medium, because you have your medium visits and things like that. But this goes beyond, it's more cosmic. The cards yesterday told me that not to be so afraid to share some of those things that I worry about sharing. But this is the energy that's coming in for me now. So I thought if I maybe can talk about this energy a little bit and share with you the deck that I'm working on and some of the things I created yesterday, then I might be able to bring that energy in with the intention that you can feel that energy as well. Absolutely. So that's what I'm going to try and radiate through today with that energy. So it's that very cosmic energy and very powerful energy that was coming through yesterday. Very jittery, I felt, and very heart-centered love. And so one of the readings that I done yesterday as well, working with the Neptune, was all about intention and manifestation, like you've been talking about today, which is funny, the synchronicities. Amazing. So that's Spirit's way of saying, this is what's happening with you right now. So one of those things was about the heart, the intention, and how important the mind is and our thoughts are, that we create with our thoughts. But not only do we create with our thoughts, we create with our heart as well. We have to have that emotional connection, emotional energy, and that comes from gratitude. And you can't fake it. You can't just pretend to be positive and expect it to happen. You really have to feel it. It's got to resonate in your heart, and that comes through gratitude. And the more you're grateful for the things that you have, the more you build that radiant energy in your heart.
Exactly.
So that was one of the readings that came out yesterday with the Neptune Moon deck. So this new deck that I'm working on, it's a cross between the Neptune Moon deck, which is my beautiful cosmic deck because it's cosmic energy coming through, and also kind of like my purple deck, which is my signature oracle. So it's coming together like that. So I wanted to share one of the cards with you so far. I'm just going to read it out and hopefully bring this energy through so you can feel this energy as it came through. Let me just find where I put it. So I've started. Now, one of the cards that came through yesterday is called the Light Weaver. It's all about harmonic manifestation. So the Light Weaver is the soul. So all about breath work too. So as you're just listening and surrendering, I have to say, when a guide comes in and when I'm creating the decks, I just surrender to the process. So I think I spoke about it last time, how they gave me all these words and I'm like, how do I put that into a tarot deck? Yes. And I just let go and I surrendered and it just came together. So it's the same thing now. I have to surrender. I have to let go to that energy, invite that energy in so I can feel it and not be afraid of it. So that was my message yesterday. Don't be afraid to speak about what you're experiencing as far as the cosmic energy that's coming in, because it's quite powerful. So this is called the harmonic manifestation. And funny, again, you've been talking about manifestation today because this is the card that was coming in yesterday. It says the Light Weaver is the soul who crafts reality, not through control, through creativity. They work with intuition, grace, and subtle threads of energy, reweaving fractured timelines, harmonizing division, and gently anchoring light into the densest of spaces. They don't seek to fix the world, they beautify it through intention, compassion, and radiant resonance. The role in this deck for this card is the sacred art of manifestation through energetic poise and harmony. It's a call to align your words, emotions, actions, and thoughts with the highest vibration available, because in doing so, your presence becomes transformational. On a spiritual level, you are awakening a conduit of divine energy. Miracles happen not when you try harder, but when you remember how to flow in harmony with the light. On a physical level, your hands, your voice, your presence all weave unseen frequencies into form. You may feel called to create, to sing, to beautify your space, or just radiate vibrancy to those around you. Then shows certain steps on how to anchor that energy into your being. And then the final whisper of this message of this card is being a light weaver isn't about perfection. It's about presence, about shaping subtle until it becomes substantial. When you live with intention, speak with intention, and act with quiet grace, you don't just anchor energy, you become the anchoring point. So that's one of the cards that are coming in from this. Hi, Ali. Sorry, I was just reading through then as I was going.
No worries.
Yeah. So really very excited about this energy. And I thought that I might share my process on my positive channel as I'm going.
Absolutely.
What's happening around me. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hi, Kelly.
Hello, Kelly Healer. So very quickly, Kelly, meet Trish James. She is the creator of the Oracle decks that we've all been using and loving.
Hi, Trish.
Nice to meet you, Kelly.
Yeah, and Ali.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, and so I have all of Trisha's decks except the personal predictions. That's the next one that I need to get, and then I will have.
I got them all now. I got them all now.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful! Thank you, Ali.
So, for those of you out there who don't know, please go take a look at Trisha's decks. They're on trishjamesoracles.com. And believe me, you will not be sorry. Whatever deck you feel called to purchase as your first deck, it is both Val and I have experienced instant connection. That I pick up the cards and it's like, okay, yeah, just go with it.
Especially on the governance. The governance
Yeah.
deck seems to really be amazing.
Yeah, and they all have different energy. They've been created with different guides. So that's why people are more drawn to some and feel the connection to certain decks, and others are connected to other decks because it's that resonance you're connected to.
Exactly.
And what you're meant to be connected to and reading at the time.
Absolutely.
Yep. Exactly. So no, Trish, go ahead. Ladies, are you comfortable listening to the information Trish is going to share with us? Okay, good. Yeah. Because I'm just like a sponge. Like
Yes. So I'm in the beginning creation of a new deck. So I feel the shift of energy that comes in. So I have to surrender to that energy as it comes in and just allow that process to flow. So each deck has its own resonance. It has its own energy. It comes in with different guides that create that deck. And I just let go and just trust every process. So when the words come in, and it's usually when I'm around water, actually, I feel the water kind of amplifies that. And it's funny because I've been twice to the beach this week. So it's like I've been really drawn to be connected. And this deck, it's kind of Atlantean. It's water-based and it's beautiful powder blue and white and soft pink. And I put this shirt on this morning and I thought, that's different for me. I don't normally do a lot of white because I cannot keep white clean. But then I realized this whole thing is the energy of the deck that I'm creating. So I'm surrendering to that energy that's coming through. It's like a lot of like crystal type jewelry in the images, whites, powder blues, powder pinks. It's really, really beautiful. And the energy is just amazing. It feels really, really powerful. So I'm so excited. Now I do have to run it by the author just to make sure that it's the same sense that he's getting, but this deck's getting created no matter what. This guy stepped in and said, this is happening. So whether it's I'm creating with him as part of his book, which I love the themes in his book, so I feel it's what I'm creating, or whether it's a different deck coming in. But I really do feel it's his deck because it's so many beautiful themes of love, manifestation, the powers we've learned and things we've learned in other lifetimes, and being able to remember them now and wake up to that energy. And my job not only is to create these things and tap into the energy as it's coming through, but show how to anchor. And what they're doing with this card that I just read out, this deck, is showing how to anchor the energy in. That's going to be a really important, so it becomes practical. How can I remember some of the skills that I've had in other lifetimes? What is my purpose of meeting with certain soul groups, and how can I anchor that and further bring those into life and act on those things? So it's about, if you feel called to do something, how can you strengthen that connection, and what can you do, little steps practically or physically to help you with that purpose that you're meant to do. So that's the energy coming in on this deck. So super excited about it. Really amazing energy. And I get to live it as I create it. So I get to be part of it. I get to feel the energy of each card as it comes through. I get to feel the anchoring of that energy, and I get to work with the guides that are bringing it through. And I'm so excited because it's quite high energy, cosmic energy. So I'm super excited to be working on this one.
That's awesome.
Fabulous.
How long does it take you usually to create the deck from stop to finish?
Yep, about 3 months. So it's about and 3 months constant. That's me full time, every second, 8-hour days. Just once I get in that flow of creating, it's like the time just vanishes. It's just gone, and and that's what I go to. And because I feel I have to get it out when it's there, when the energy's there. So I just create and create, download, bring it through, and yes, beautiful. So about 3 months total from start to finish. Sometimes a little more, not usually less, but it's wonderful. So I'm excited about this one. And they've told me I have to share this one. So not be afraid. That was the message that came through for my reading yesterday, is that I have to not be afraid to share what I'm getting, even if it's a little woo-woo, a little out there. And this cosmic stuff can be. So I have to share that process. So I thought I might start doing a weekly or a fortnightly video just on my cosmic channel, sharing the process, what the guides have been coming through with, what cards they're coming through with, and just share them as I'm creating them. So that way people can be part of the process and the journey as well. And hopefully feel the energy and radiate that into their own life right now, not just when you get the cards.
Wow.
Yeah, that's my
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah, because the decks are just they're just fabulous. They really I can't say enough good things about it.
Thank you.
And Allie, I believe Allie was the one who introduced me to one of your first decks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you, Ellie.
Yeah, sure. It was the I think it was the regular predictions deck that we started out with. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
the older
so.
one. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that one's around the world everywhere, that one.
I bet it is.
It is, yeah. And the personal prediction's probably my most popular one. The little personal prediction, but also the connections, the new one, the new decks are always right up there. Once they release, they sell out pretty quickly. I've had to order the second batch of that one already, the connections, because it sold out the first one. But it's a softer deck. It's different energy again. Like they all have their own energy. The connection deck it's all about connecting into spirit work, but mediumship work. So it's more about people that have crossed over, people on the other side, and working with those energies. So the energy you might feel in that, it'll give you beautiful tools to connect to spirit, have the confidence to help you bring through the messages and then elaborate on them and add to them. So it gives you the confidence as a tool, but it's a different kind of energy altogether than the energy that's coming through now.
What deck was that?
That's the connections. That's the little colorful deck, the little white deck with all the colors through it. So it's more about a tool for medium. Marinas. Yeah. The purple one was my original deck. It was my deck that I created over 15 years. So so how it began was I would do photo shoots as a photographer each year for people that I knew, and if they were going through something difficult, then I would photograph them, use the energy of what they were going through and put it all into that card, paint, and then you paint. So it's in Photoshop. You take that as your template and then you paint from there. And then I would put the energy in it. So it would be infused with the energy of that person's experience. So, and that went on for 15 years. I did that. So, and then I created that one I didn't use the family and friend images. I just created it back with, repainted it through. So it wasn't the family in that one, but that was the energy. It has a lot of energy in that one. And it was my beginning deck that just grew from over 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah. But it's funny how people are connected to different decks. You know, they resonate with different decks.
Yeah.
For me, my deck that I feel most powerfully connected is my Neptune, and it's not even one that I sell. So it's the power in it. It's the one that blows me away. I use it and I'm like, wow, you know, something comes out every time and it's like, that's incredible. And it just blows my mind with that one. But my go-to is my personal predictions. That's my go-to. If I've got an everyday kind of question, a personal question, straight to that deck, and it answers me every time with what I need.
Perfect. Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it, and I'm thrilled that we can join you on this journey with this new deck, and kind of it's like watching a master at their trade, where you're just watching the progress and
but it's spirit, it's pure spirit, and I really want to share that. And I want people to feel the energy before they get it. I want them to be able to feel what I'm feeling. So that's why I have to not be afraid to open up more about my experiences and what's happening, because I want people to be part of the process, not just by touching where you feel it at the end and you create and you bring your messages through, but I want you to be part of it from the beginning, so you're actually feeling every part of it. That's a little different time.
Your turnaround time is extraordinarily fast coming from Australia. So that's been really wonderful.
What happened to us?
Yeah, I'll do that later.
Same day shipping. So I as soon as the orders come in each day, it's now automated, so I can just press a button and start printing off those labels. It just comes straight, charges my card, and it's just instant printing. So then the labels go on, decks go in the bag, and out they go. So I can really speed the process up now.
That's
awesome.
nice.
It used to be manual. And that's why I had all the problems with how many I could sell each day, because it was manual. I'd have to type in all of the customs, and
Yes.
it was a nightmare. I was like, it took away time from creating, because it was just 5 hours a day on data entry, and it was crazy, and it was really affecting my ability to create. So,
Sure.
but now I've fixed all that, so it's just pure creation again, which is wonderful.
That's so great.
Lovely. I love.
Can I just ask because I came in the middle of it, what is going to be the name of this deck that you're creating right now?
Well, I have to come up with the name with the
You don't have a
author.
name.
The name of his deck, his book is called The King's Tide Immortal Cycle. And the basis of the story is about somebody off other planets, and they were together, and then they come back together into this lifetime here on Earth, and they start to remember all of their past lives that they've had together. So it's that soul remembrance, but also the gifts that they learned along the way. So it's really beautiful themes in that deck. So love, soul family, manifestation, power, remembrance, all of those really great themes. So, but I want to bring it in a way when you're using the deck, you can anchor it in a physical way, and not just read the woo-woo stuff, which I love reading, but I want it to be something that you can use physically. How can I get more connection? What can I do? What are steps that I can take to anchor harmony and beauty into my life? How can I resonate more? How can I be a better manifester? What are the tips here? And I want to really anchor that energy in as well. So not just the woo-woo and the energy it's coming from, but how can you anchor that into your life right now to help with what you're going through? So that's what I'm working through. We don't have a name yet. It won't be the same as the book, but it will go with the book. So towards the end of the year, I think by about, I've got to work with the Canadian Postal Service, because the Canadian Postal Service, it usually closes down around about November, and it doesn't open again until February. And there is no way of getting those decks out to people. I just have to shut down my site for Canadians. So I'm working very hard to be on track with this one, so I can make sure I have it up by the start of October. So that way it gives, who knows, Canadian Postal Service might shut down a little early. So I want to make sure I've got that one ready to go.
We tend to call that strike season. And you can set your watch by it. Generally in the summertime, as people are traveling, and especially around Christmas, that's when they say, well, we're going on strike. We're doing this, we're doing that. So it's so predictable.
Too many parcels coming in, and I think they just think, oh, this is too hard. I want to do this over a few months.
Yes.
So it drives me nuts. So because I'm getting orders in, and I have to I cancel the orders. So and I just send people polite messages letting them know your postal service won't be probably open until February. So I have to cancel your order, refund it, and then you can place the order again in February. But I want to give people warning this year. This is the second year that it's happened to me, that I've been caught up in it. So this year I want to make sure that I'm on track, ready for because I'm having 2 different Christmas packages or bundles available. One will be the book and deck that I'm working on now, and the second bundle, I'm not sure which deck it is. I'll be releasing one of my decks. So one of the decks that, whether it's the Neptune or whether it's one of my other ones that I use all of the time and are not available, I'll be releasing one of those, and it will maybe a bundle in that one as well. But I want to make sure that I'm sticking to the target to make sure Canadians don't miss out.
Good.
And this Canadian appreciates that. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And I do want to say, Kelly, welcome, because I think this is the first time that you've joined me for this event. And yes, we're going to have to set something up where, we're doing readings or something together, because
that'd be fun.
Yeah.
I'm honored. Thank you for inviting me, Marina. This is a complete honor. This is such a joy to be with you beautiful women.
Thank you, Kelly.
I love it. The energy upgrade that I get during and after each show is just amazing. That I know I know that energy that you're trying to describe, Trish, because it feels like anxiety, but it's not anxiety. It's just like um, there's butterflies. There's something
Yeah.
inside me that wants to get out, but it's not
I have
scary.
to pace. I pace
Yes.
when it happens. Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Kind of
I'm
the
glad I'm not the only one that you can explain it for me.
Yeah, totally get it.
Yeah,
Totally
good.
get it. And I generally have to check in and say, okay, is this my energy? Is it somebody else's energy that I'm that I'm picking up on? Is there some situation that what is it? And if I can't identify it, then it's okay. All right, it's something spiritual. Just go with it. Just go with
Yeah.
it. Right?
And it's a higher frequency, spiritual hacks.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. And one thing I notice about it, if I'm reading, I'm swallowing. I get the high frequency burps or swallows. I don't know if you get sometimes it's like, oh my God, I feel so bad. But it happens. The higher the frequency, you get this kind of swallowing burp kind of feeling.
Yes. Yeah. I know. I know. Thank you for identifying that, because
it's a thing. It really is. Yeah.
It is. Totally.
But then you're in a high frequency connection. So yeah, it's wonderful.
Sure. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. So I can't I can't thank you ladies enough for joining me and doing this, because I as I said, I love the energy boost. I love the exchange of information. I love the fact that this community is just so supportive, so welcoming, so thirsty for the knowledge, whatever form it comes in.
Yeah.
Right. Everyone is digesting little pieces of it and sharing. And I think, you're right, Trish, is that a lot of us are, it's not so much that we're learning new things, is we're remembering what we already know.
Yeah.
And that's why it feels so comfortable.
It does. And I don't think we ever stop learning either. I think, we never get to the point where we know everything. I think we're here to learn. We're here to grow, to evolve. And it's, I think, I love that about, I never say I know enough, because I'm always hungry for more information or more connection.
Yeah, totally. And that's how when spirit is in charge, things tend to flow a lot smoothly, or a lot more cohesively than when I, as a human, try to
push.
Try to push. No, it's going to be my way. I did that for most of my life, and you know what? This way is so much better. I'm so much happier. Right?
It's the surrendering. It's the letting go to the flow.
Yes.
Very true.
Absolutely. So while I have you here, Kelly and Allie, what are some little miracles that are happening or have happened to you in the last few months? I'm sure that there's some things that you can say, well, you know what, actually that worked out really well.
Yeah. Kelly's had some interesting stories to tell, I'm sure, because through loss in her own life, she has also had exponential growth of her channel. And so don't you think that has brought you a lot of meaning, Kelly?
I do. I do. There, and isn't that usually the case? We have to sometimes lose something in order to make room for new to come in. And but something personally that I can share that happened to me this year or this week, as far as a miracle, is I had a mammogram, and I got called back where I needed to go back in and have more images taken. I needed another mammogram, and I needed an ultrasound. And as a healer, I mean, I felt really comfortable knowing that I was going to be okay, but there's still always that little bit of the unknowing and whatnot. And so on Thursday, I had to go back in and have my mammogram taken over and ultrasound, and they found a tumor in my left lymph node, but it's benign.
Lovely.
Good.
Yeah. Scary though. It is very
Yes.
scary.
So,
Yeah. No matter how spiritual we are, we're still human.
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So a huge blessing, huge
Yes.
blessing, and as a intuitive and just I knew I was going to be okay. I mean, I really did. But, that human side, like Allie said, is, that worry creeps in because there is always that, what if I'm wrong,
Mhm. Yeah. That's very true.
Yeah. That's when ego pops in and says,
Yeah.
"Oh, whoo, let's have some
Excuse
fun."
me. Excuse
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
So today I was doing a reading for somebody on Zoom, very far away. And I was getting all kinds of, we were in the Akashic Records, and I was getting all kinds of messages for her. And the next thing you know, a robin is sitting on my fence outside my window. And I said, gee, there's a bird here. And I think it's your husband saying that he can come in and as anything he wants to. And I didn't say it was a robin, though. I just said it was a bird. And afterwards, in talking to the woman, she said, I get a lot of robins that come to me. So, sometimes you think you've missed the mark completely. And other times, I'm just grateful for the validations sometimes from other people, because we don't know always if we're even in the right ballpark with some. So,
Exactly.
I love that.
Yeah. Sometimes taking yourself, and that's what I was talking about earlier, was take yourself out of the equation. You're the messenger. It's not your job to interpret and understand what the message is. Your job is to simply deliver it.
Yeah.
And
sometimes I think the errors occur when in the interpretation.
Yes.
When we try to put our spin on something. So I always say it's always the raw message that's most important. Not how I interpret it.
Yeah, you're right. What's really funny is we've all proved this too. We pull our cards out and we look at one of them and we say, I don't know. I don't know. And so we don't read it. So we go to pull another card and it's the same card.
Oh, yes.
And it's like, why didn't we just read it? Because that's what it wanted us to say. Yeah.
That happened.
Yeah.
We have all done it, definitely.
Oh, yeah. It's that trust, that trusting and believing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Totally. And you know what? In some ways, I don't mind when that creeps in, because I think it helps keep me humble.
Yeah. I agree.
That it's and I like that. I honor my gifts, but I'm also very humbled by them. And I realize that as gifts, there's something that I'm supposed to share. This isn't something that I own.
That's right. It's coming from there, not from here.
Right.
Yeah.
And everybody has them. We're not special. Everybody has them. It's just we use them. And the more you use them, the more active they become. So we're not different. We're not special. We're just people that are capable of tapping in like everybody else.
I like that, Trish, because we're not special, and that's exactly, I love that, because you're right. Everybody has this.
Yeah. Yeah. We just choose to put ourselves out there and sometimes be the weird one.
Right. That's very true. Yep. And I have to tell you, there were people in the chat here that were saying that Rossi says she has all of Trish's decks, and some other people have been saying in here that they have this one or they have that one. And I just wanted you to know, because it's hard to read and see the chat when you're doing the show as well.
Yeah, and when you're talking, yes. Yeah, thank you for that, Ellie.
Sure.
Yeah.
And thank you, everybody. I'm glad you're loving them.
And I'll be shopping.
I went onto your channel this morning, Marina, to look at your light products, and I couldn't get on. I got onto your Heart Centered Tarot channel, but then I couldn't get to the the shopping part for the merchandise.
Oh,
I'm not sure why. Yeah, I thought
Oh.
well,
you wouldn't have run out, would you?
yeah, while I was waiting, I was planning on having a little shop. I got to the part where there's courses and readings, but I couldn't get to the shop part with the merchandise.
Okay, I'll have to double check that. But just I'm going to put up here you go. Here it is. So Heart Center Tarot myspreadshop.ca. Or the other thing that you can do is if you go to my YouTube channel and go to where the 3 dots are, click more, and then scroll down. There should be a link that takes you directly to this, My Spread Shop. And yeah, then you can go in there and see and yeah, look. This is the latest one that I got. It was the little panda.
Oh, it's a panda.
Cute.
Little shine your light.
Love
And I
that.
think it's adorable. And I have been encouraging people to consider something like that little one or this guy. This was my first, and he's just adorable. Again, wearing his little Shine Your Light t-shirt. I think those are fabulous for people who are expecting babies or have just had a baby. Something like that in that child's crib. Let it grow up with that beautiful energy.
Energy.
Yeah, that yeah, you can shine. You can you're so much more than just what other people see. So yeah,
and starting that at the beginning of a child's life,
yes,
instead of the indoctrination and the programming that happens to the children.
Yes.
It's a great idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, Trish, you have a question here. Do you have any tarot decks for first-time users? Like tarot?
Yeah, all of my decks are for dummies. I'm just reading a comment there. they all are. All of my tarot decks. So when I began reading tarot, it was 30 years ago now. I was early 20s, and I thought, I'm not going to learn reverse meanings. I'm not going to use the reverse meaning. There was too much to learn. There's so much to learn, and the layered messages for tarot. And I thought, I'm not taking on reverse meanings. So I never bothered to learn them. So now that when I've created the decks, one of my antique tarot, it will come back. It's out of stock at the moment. I try not to run too many decks at once, for your sake and mine, because I have to buy them all up front. But I try not to run too many decks. So my antique tarot, one side, it's the same image on both sides, but one side has your keyword for your upright meaning and the other side has your keyword for your reverse meaning. And that's mostly for me, because I don't know the reverse meanings of the tarot. So I know the upright meanings, but not the reverse. So when it flips out, and the other reason when you're reading and you've got your camera down on your cards, you don't have cards upside down all over the place. You can have them all facing the camera, but there's a little R on the reverse, so you know that one's in the reverse position. So that way, and the keyword is there to trigger you to think, that's what that means, and then you can start to release that other information that comes through. All of my decks, all of my tarot are all tarot for dummies. So it all has the keyword on them just to trigger that memory of maybe what these mean. But like everything with all of my decks, it's intuition. If you pull a card and you think, no, I'm more drawn to the fact that person's sitting in water, emotions, overwhelming feelings. So, about intuition. It's not about the word that's written there, because that's my keyword. It's more about what you're feeling. But yeah, as far as for beginners, all of my tarot decks are for beginners.
Love that.
Yeah.
But you can make them as advanced as you like by your own personal knowledge.
Sure.
Exactly. And the this deck, the Shadows deck, on the one side you've got the Oracle card, and on the other side you've got the tarot card.
Yeah. And there's your keyword. Your keyword for your 7 of coins. It's and the thing with that one is that's the one that came through as 150 downloads of words, and I thought, I'm making a 150 card deck, which is impossible to shuffle.
Sure.
So I just trusted the whole process, and then they started showing me visions of coins, And I thought, oh, this is a tarot. So I thought, how do I convert all of those words that came through into tarot? And I just sat down and I just started one at a time and each word and then just crossed it off, and it all worked. And then I got through the tarot and I thought, there's still all of these cards left, another 80 left over or 78 left over. I thought the back of it, it's Oracle. I'll just straight list the cards that and haven't made it. Oracle. So there you're not using this big, thick 150 card deck that you're trying to shuffle, but you've still got 150 possible, or it's 158, I think it is, possible explanations or meanings or messages that can come out, but it's not a huge deck and you haven't had to buy 2 decks. It's
exactly.
one. Yeah. And it's actually cheaper because it's a 78 deck. So it's a cheaper one than the decks that have got the 100 cards in them.
Yeah.
So win-win for everybody. But that is my tarot that is currently available. It's the shadows, the Stardust Shadows.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I do love that one. My husband loves that one. That's his favorite.
And Annie said it was a hard decision deciding which one to get, but she'll probably be getting more. It's kind of like a potato chip. As soon as you have one, you need to have more, because there's so much good stuff that comes out with it that you think, well, if all this is coming out of this one deck, 2 decks will give me twice the information.
And different energy. Like they have different energy altogether, and they resonate for different types of reading too. And you can read them. People have told me that they've used the investigation oracle for crimes of the heart, for relationship readings. I've never done it, but people have told me they've successfully done that, and amazing. So, so the new one that I am working on, which is a tarot, and it's completed now because I wouldn't mix the energies between what's coming in now and a crime deck. So it's a crime clarifier, but it does relate to crimes of the heart also. So you can read it for relationships as well. So I've taken that note on board and made it so it can be read both ways. But it's finished. I just wanted to get that one out of the way because I didn't want to mix kind of crime themes with this powerful cosmic energy that's coming through. But they waited. As soon as that one finished, the very next day they were there. They were there ready to come in.
Perfect.
They waited patiently, I guess, for me to finish.
Are you done? Are you done?
Yes.
And Lorraine, it's called Stardust Shadows. It's the pink one. And that's the one that is two decks in one. So I'm very very, very pleased with them. And it means I'm going to have more room on my card shelves because there are some decks that I can say, well, I haven't used you in about 8 months. So, maybe you need to live with someone else. Someone else is going to appreciate it as much as I did in the beginning, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
How many decks do you have, Trish?
Well, I have 2 drawers full of. I used to have them because I have my drawer here that just slides out and it has all my decks in it. And I completely filled one drawer. So I will just quickly show you some of the decks that I have. I've got an astrology deck that I use with the astrology reading sometimes when I do them once a month. I have this one here these are some of the ones that I haven't released. So they haven't been out. I work with them. I use them personally. This one here is about, because it's a little more complicated. It is based off astrology and it's based off the North Node, South Node. So the things that we come into this life to learn versus the skills that we come in with that we're comfortable with. So it shows you both of those energies, and it helps you work out what your mission is, what your purpose is. Beautiful deck to read, but it definitely needs a guidebook because it has all that background information about astrology in it. I have my investigation deck. So I have 7 decks, I think, currently on that is available. This is my antique tarot. This one sold out. It may come back, but I think because I try to run 1 tarot only, but this one will definitely come back. I'm not sure where. Right now I'm working on this new one, and then I have the other one that's been finished that I was working on for a long time, and it'll probably go up before this one. I also have some other really fun little decks. This is a sugar coated. This one was a limited edition deck. Really sweet, positive messages. And I read with these ones over on my positive channel. So my cosmic, and it's holographic, sugar sweet. So it's all about sugar sweet messages, fairy floss kind of colors. It's really, really pretty and sweet messages. Because sometimes when you're reading, like sometimes I find if I do a lot of true crime readings, it's like, oh, I need positivity. I need to do positive energy.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
I will do, for my next week's pick a card, it's positive messages only. And I go straight to my sugar sweet, and I'll read with that one for the people, to give people their positive dose for the week. But also it's fueling me with positive kind of energy. So that one I have is, and this is the other one that is not available. I've got another one like my Neptune moon, but it's there's a lot more kind of like alien type themes and just kind of weird stuff in that one. But my Neptune moon is my most powerful deck. It's the one that I use again on my cosmic channel, and it has the most, I think personally, I'm most connected to that one. It has the most powerful energy that I think. And then this one is another really beautiful little deck that I was thinking about releasing maybe next year. I'm working on it this year. This one's all about the fire elements in tarot. It's only a small deck, but it's based on the wands. So it's all about, your spirituality. It's about action-orientated things, impulsiveness. I'll just pull a card so we see which one it is. So I'll just pull this bottom one here. So this one is a situation that is highly enthusiastic, maybe a little overzealous. So it could be that energy coming in where you're going to be super excited or enthusiastic, like I am with this new deck. So really, really overexcited about it. So yeah, it's just got kind of that kind of themes based. This one here is the Phoenix Rising. It's the rebirth coming out of, when you go through a destruction and you rebirth into something new. So it's all based on themes of fire, themes of action, and the themes of the wands. So this little series, this will be a series of 4 because it will be the 4 elements made into one little deck each. Little small decks that you can put together if you like, but they'll be 2026 cards. So they will change. I try to change the decks over. So there's currently 7 there running now. 2026 will be the favorites, will stay, but some of these smaller decks will change. They'll become other ones that will be available for 2026. And then they'll change again in 2027.
Yeah.
But why don't I just send you like X number of dollars and you just keep sending me decks, and when I get close to running out of money, just let me know.
A tab.
For everyone, right?
Now, what Gerald, one of men in our community, always says that he shows us decks, but he wants us to buy responsibly. He doesn't want to be responsible for people's addictions to decks.
Exactly. And that's one of the reasons I keep it down to only 7.
There you go.
Because I could release them all, but that's not good for any of us.
No, not good.
Yeah, there's got to be something for next year.
That's right.
But something to look forward to, and it's always nice to add to things. And absolutely.
And I get to use them a little early, so but I try to give back with that. So I make it where you can come in and get messages with decks you haven't seen or you're not using yourself. And people love the celestial gifts too. That's the other one. It helps you with your psychic abilities and what psychic gifts you need to be working on that week, what spirit wants you to work on that week. And that's some of my favorite messages. So I always do a little bonus on the end of that one, so spirit can tell me what I have to be working on that week as well. And I follow every week. I do what I'm told.
Perfect.
Awesome.
It's so much easier. It's so much, life flows so much better when we just surrender and go with it.
Flow. Yeah, definitely. And we're so much happier for it too, I think.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Things just, you don't feel tired from swimming upstream, right? You have an opportunity to lay down on the air mattress, let it take you down the river, and you can observe the trees and all the stars and whatever else is above that you would miss if head down while, you're swimming.
Hitting your head on a wall or trying to hang on to something that you're just not meant to hang on to anymore, that you need to let go of. And I know from personal experience, I held on to my photography business probably about 2 years longer than I should have.
Yes.
Yeah, we do that. We do. It was comfortable for you.
Yes.
Yeah. And it was
Yeah.
second nature. I was kind of
Sure.
uninspired
Yeah.
by it. It just was second nature.
Yeah.
But I had many, many signs along the way, many signs that I was supposed to have let that go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
And in the end, it manifested in the body.
Oh,
It
I
does.
believe that. Yeah, I believe that. Hi, Val.
Hi.
Bye now.
Hi.
Yeah, it absolutely does. That's when I mean, I worked with one lady who I mean, both of us worked in a little bit of a toxic environment. I kind of understood the personalities, and you know, believe it or not, I can stand up for myself, and I can say I'm not going to tolerate that.
She can.
She does.
She can.
I love it. I love it.
However, the lady that I worked with, she really couldn't. And yeah, she would come in, and within 10-15 minutes of being in at her office, she was running to the bathroom throwing up.
Aw.
And
Wow.
it was like, okay, you got to release that. You got to let that go. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And we ended up leaving about the same time when different things came up for both of us, and we both said, nope, done. Bye. See ya.
Yeah. You knew it. You knew it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, I'm going to leave you ladies in Val's capable hands while I go see if I can't at least take a little break and walk around.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Phil.
Yep. And I'm going to pop out also, so we can start the hour fresh. But thank you so much, everybody, and it was very nice to meet you all.
Nice meeting you too.
Fabulous. Thank you for being here, Trish, and consider this your invite, you know, every month. Just
Thank you so much. I love the energy. It's right up my alley. I have to work out how to get out now.
All right. We'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Well,
So-
I'm going to head out as well, and I apologize. I've been watching the vote, and I'm just trying to figure that out. So everybody have a beautiful, beautiful.
You too, Allie.
Love you
Thank
guys.
you, Allie.
Love
Thank
you.
you.
Love
Thank
you.
you. Love you too.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right. See you later. And
Okay.
okay.
So,
So
all right.
I'm
So
just going to leave you to
Kelly
do
and I will take over from here.
We got
it.
Yeah, and I probably got about 15 more minutes, but there's
Okay.
going to be other people coming too. So
Yeah.
Well, hang here with me, Kelly.
Hang in
till
there.
Oh yeah, no, I'm
Okay,
not going
so-
to leave you hanging, Val. No way, no how. I'm here. I got you, sister.
All right. You and I are going to anchor this energy in,
You
because
bet.
we're gonna say our prayer of intention for this segment before you all turn your lights on in this time zone. So I want you to go ahead and take your deep breath in and exhale through your mouth. This really anchors in, opens you up, anchors the energies in. And if you can take 3 breaths, it's really great. And we're going to access the 5th dimensional grid to awaken our sovereign consciousness. So, beloved divine source, infinite light and creator of all, we open this sacred space in full awareness that we are sovereign, multidimensional beings, here to embody and anchor the light of truth, unity, and divine remembrance. With our hearts open and our energy aligned, we now call forth a conscious connection to the crystalline 5th dimensional grid. We lift our awareness upward, turning into the radiant lattice of light that vibrates with divine intelligence, encoded with the frequencies of love, freedom, and cosmic awakening. We ask to be activated and aligned with the highest codes of light now available to us. Codes that awaken our sovereign consciousness, that clear illusion and limitation, that clear and ignite within us the memory of who we truly are. Let this crystalline light pour into our energy fields, cleansing, recalibrating, and activating every cell, every strand of DNA with the full remembrance of our divine origin. As we connect worldwide through this sacred grid, we amplify each other's light. We become transmitters of awakening, anchoring unity, peace, and divine truth into the collective consciousness of humanity. We receive, we remember, we rise. And so it is. So be it. It is done. Boom. Chakalaka.
That was beautiful.
Thank you, Kelly.
That was beautiful.
So I mean, how's this energy feeling to you, Kelly? I mean, this week, the last few weeks, I mean,
It's holy crap.
kicking my butt.
Was really a good word. I mean, and you know what? You know what the term I keep kind of going to is like bipolar. The
Yeah,
energy is
thank
like,
you.
yeah, right. It's like
Yes.
1 minute you feel fine, and
Yeah.
the next minute you're crying, or
Yes.
like every little
I've
thing
had-
is irritating.
Yes, all of those things.
Yeah,
So
me too.
I mean, I figure it's in service of all those things that we can't even put our fingers on, those tiny little crumbs of things that have to be let go of, because I really feel like we're in that final setting in of the higher frequencies to anchor it in for good, and so that we don't go back down to the lower frequencies anymore. And that's, what do you think about that? I mean, what's your concept of?
I do too. I feel like we're all giving birth, and we're kind of at, you know,
I love getting birth. Thank you.
and it's painful.
Absolutely.
It is.
Yes.
It is no fun. It hurts. There's,
Yes.
you know, and
Oh,
so
it's painful. Oh, come
yeah.
on. Oh my God.
So that's how I kind of am looking
Yeah.
at it. Is it really
Yeah.
feels like we are all in labor.
I mean, that is a beautiful visual, and the way it feels, it is
Yeah.
that painful.
Right?
I like that feeling that, yeah, you're birthing yourself into a new you, and you're
Yes.
birthing, yeah, it's like you're birthing yourself into a new reality, a new higher consciousness, a new everything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it feels like. And Valerie Illumination Portal says, yes, giving birth. Woo.
Right?
Right?
It's a lot.
It's
And
a lot.
I'm doing my energy insight and predictions tomorrow, and I'm telling you what, I have 4 pages, and we're in, I mean, I would so love to say, oh, July is gonna be unicorns and
Yeah, no,
rainbows. But you know, I there is positive. There is lots of positive too, but it's a lot.
It's a lot. It's so intense. Hi, Goddess Diana.
Hello,
Hi, my
Diane.
girls. How are you?
Good.
Hi, how are you?
Well, I was just, thank you, Kelly, for confirming and giving us the imagery of giving birth, of going through labor, because that just hits it right on the head. It really does. And with that, concept, I'm going to leave you guys to continue your conversation. But I have to say, that just nails it, Kelly.
Along with the emotions that go with it too. It's like, all of a sudden it's like, you're thrilled. I'm giving a baby. You're in a good mood. Next thing you know, you're crying. And
yes, it's the whole gamut. It's all of that, and there isn't any. You don't even know why. It's.
Or screaming, get him out of this room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or get me something. I need something.
Right. I want some drugs.
Exactly. Right? You're stressed out. It's all of these things. So
I was going along with that, Kelly.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I'm standing I'm standing in the middle of the kitchen, and my son comes in. Says, "What are you doing?" "I want something." "Well, what do you want?" "I don't know. I want chocolate."
It's like a little kid, and
Yes.
you just need something.
Yeah, right now. And
Comforting and yummy.
I open the fridge, and usually we have chocolate in the fridge, and I'm looking at it and thinking, okay, well, I could have that, but yeah, no, that's going to be too hard. I couldn't. Yeah, no, okay. I must have closed and opened that fridge door half a dozen times.
Exactly. It's like you can't put your finger on what you want. There's something, but it's like, and I think giving birth or being in labor thing really covers the whole.
Totally. There you are. I love you. I hate you. Get out of here.
Yeah, it's everything, right? Doesn't that cover it? Oh, man.
Carol Burnett's take on it. My husband asked me what labor was like, and she said, stand on a chair and have somebody pull your lip up over your head, around your back, and down to the floor.
That is just, oh my God. Now that's some imagery.
Totally.
Well, I'm gonna head out, you guys. I love this conversation because it just, oh my goodness.
I'm sorry I missed it, but I think I know where it came from.
Thank you. Oh,
yeah. Your intention was beautiful, and the prayer was fabulous.
Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in about an hour or so. Bye.
Yes, you will.
All right.
Bye for now. There we are. So, hello, Valerie, and hello, Diana.
Hello. Kelly,
Nice,
Marina.
nice to have you.
Val.
Kelly had me cracking up. Val going on and on about birth, and I'm like, oh my God, that is it perfectly.
Well,
Yes.
I think we were talking about that the other day because that
Yeah.
back is just not going away. And I have to laugh because I wanted chocolate. And I stood in front of the refrigerator, shut the door, opened it just now. This is why
I ate all my chocolate. I'm out of chocolate. So I'm
Oh no.
Never.
That's an emergency.
Let that happen. Yeah, never.
I have orange popsicles, so I have a backup plan.
Oh, good.
I came to morsels, cookie morsels,
Oh,
Yes.
I have those. I do have those.
Yeah, right. You're never out of chocolate if you got those.
True.
No.
And just think how many you can put in a handful. Think about Cheez-Its.
Totally.
15 serving. Are you kidding me? That's what fits in my mouth at one time.
Yeah. Don't judge me. Shoving it in there. Yeah. I can't quite chew it all. You don't know me. Don't judge.
Right.
So thank you to some of you new folks that have come in, and for those of you that have been with us from the very beginning, thank you for your support. Please go over to, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on my channel, but then also make sure that you subscribe to the ladies' channels. And if you want to know where they are, I put it up on, I think earlier today in the posts section of my YouTube channel. Yeah, everyone who's here and links to their channels. So make sure that you share the love. Yeah. Subscription is absolutely free. And it gets us out so that people who want to hear what we have to say can find us.
Yeah.
Important. Yeah. It's important to have a strong community, especially now, these last few years, right? But now we're at that. We're in labor. God knows how long it's going to last,
Yes.
Well, this is definitely a 36er. Months.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Oh my gosh.
No
Yeah,
Braxton Hicks, that's the worst. This is all of it, man.
breathe. Yeah.
Right from the get-go.
I'm doing the same thing all day. I'm fine one minute, crying the next, breathing, doing my breathing exercises. I mean, you just got to go with the moment, you know, and that's the miracle, really. I mean, we have that opportunity in every moment to say, okay, what can I do to soothe myself through this, you know?
Yes.
And a lot of times I just want to tell myself to shut up, but I keep going. You know, I just don't know what else to do. You just feel like you're going crazy some days, you know?
Yeah.
Self-care. Self-care is not being selfish.
That's right.
Self-care is giving yourself permission to look after yourself in a way that makes you feel good. And don't ever put a price on that.
Yeah.
It, you know, how much is it going to cost? It's going to cost what it's going to cost. And you know, if you had an unexpected bill or something that came in, you'd find a way to pay for it. So, you know, I tend to, once a month, I take a self-care day. That's when I will go for a massage. That's when I can take myself shopping. That's when I can do whatever I need to make myself feel good.
Right.
And to get me through for the next 2 weeks or the next month. And I see it as, if I take care of myself, then I'm becoming a better person to be able to share with everyone else, rather than, you know, kind of cocooning and no.
We wouldn't ignore our children. We wouldn't ignore any other loved one. We wouldn't ignore a stray cat or puppy on the street. Why do we ignore ourselves in our own much?
Yeah.
Well, and the price that a person pays for the massage and all that self-care is a heck of a lot cheaper than if all of a sudden you came down with something wrong with your health and have to pay the medical bills.
Yeah.
And so, you know, stepping in and taking care of yourself before it gets to that point is really important.
Yeah.
It is. It is very, very much so.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, just do things that make you happy. And
our spirit team is answering too, right? I know I'm always asking, please show me my next best step. Please, you know, guide me to my next best step. And now here, pull a card or whatever, you know, and you just got to keep going with that. And before I know it, I'm out of that hole, you know. Of course, buying things helps too, but
yes. Nothing wrong with a little bit of retail therapy, you know.
It helps.
No, God, I want to buy all of Trisha's decks now. I'm like, yeah, I don't have any of them, but I'll figure it out.
And you know what? You guys have heard me say this many, many times. They are exceptionally good quality.
I've heard that.
And they shuffle like a dream. They deliver messages really well. Most of the decks, the Oracle decks, have 100 cards in them.
Wow!
So imagine you'd be paying half the price for it, and I have, you know, paid $60-$70 for a deck that had like 28 cards.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, and they're absolutely fabulous. I can't say enough good things about it.
Diana was having a squirrel moment. What deck of cards are you talking about?
oh, Trish James.
Oh, she was on. He was on a little bit ago and was talking about all of her decks, and I was trying to understand it all, and I was like, I'll just go to her.
Yes. Yeah, just like I said, it's just easier to say, look, here, you know, here's some money. Just keep saying
right. Exactly.
Yeah, when I get to the last $20, let me know and I can read it. Yeah.
Well,
Oh
you
my
spent your
goodness.
allowance for the next 6 months, then you know.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I mean, I love buying decks anyway.
Yeah.
So now that
Yeah.
I have found something that really, really works, yeah, go for it. Just have it. So absolutely. I did want to share something that uh, I had mentioned earlier about the fabulous little Shine Your Light bear.
Oh.
He's just adorable. He's got his
Right.
little Shine Your Light t-shirt on. And then there's the little panda bear. He's a
Oh,
little smaller than the other one, but he's just as adorable. And you get to decide what color t-shirt he has on and so on.
Oh, that's cool.
And Sherry made a comment that I hadn't even thought of, but yes, they would be wonderful for kids with cancer or special needs at children's hospitals.
Ooh.
Yes,
That would be
fabulous.
wonderful.
Yeah, Sherry, thank you so much for sharing that, because that is just absolutely fabulous. To yeah, to think of that. So if you guys are interested in any of the Shine Your Light stuff, just go to my merch shop, and you can find it on there. And I'll tell you, the teddy bears are under, I believe they're under accessories, stuffed toys. I think that's where they are. But yeah, just go to my YouTube channel, click on the more, go down, and click on the merch shop. Not only Shine Your Light, messages for light workers, Taco Tuesdays, and there's Sisters of the Mystical Tarot.
uh-huh.
You can get all kinds of great things. And I haven't used this yet. I'm going to. This is our
Oh,
Shine
nice.
Your Light mug.
I love the logo.
Love it.
I love the logo. I think
Uh-huh.
that's great.
You know what? I wish that I could take credit for that, but Sherry from Trancing with Spirit designed that. She made that, and
You know, it reminds me of like when you get a EKG ticker tape, and
yes,
Yeah.
when it goes across, it goes doot doot
yes,
thump. Like we got an extra beat. Oh, we got a beat. We're good. I like it. I like it.
yeah, exactly. I could not be more grateful that she not only shared the idea of the show that she was guided to put together, but invited me to be a part of it. And then I think it was in January or February this year that she said, "Yeah, my guides told me this is yours now." So
Yeah.
I went, "Oh,
Right. I remember that.
Uh-huh.
yeah,
And that really was the time where we were being
yes,
realigned. You know, we've been being realigned,
yes,
recreating ourselves, and where our next, our next place forward is in
yes,
this new era. It's interesting to see it. I mean, we are birthing it as it's dissipating. A lot of it is dissipating. It just doesn't. Eh, well, it's the light workers, love workers, energy workers. It comes through us to
yes,
dissipate, and that's kind of where we are stuck. Because I'll look around and I'm like, God, the rest of the world they're just going through every moment. They're fine, or not saying everything's great, but
yeah. And I don't know about you guys, but don't you find that you're um, you're not as reactive to things that are going on? You kind of look at it and go, "Yeah, okay, that's expected. Yeah, I kind of
it's
figured."
expected. Yeah.
I kind of figured, and we've been able to kind of move past that fear of the shoe dropping.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
next? Now it's like,
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we've become kind of numb.
Yeah.
Yes.
Comfortably numb.
Yeah.
It's true.
You know,
It's like fear doesn't even, it's,
Yeah.
things are going on, but ultimately, it's all going to be work out
Yes.
for humanity's best interest.
Exactly.
It's going to be
Exactly.
beautiful. It is
So
beautiful.
yeah.
every day is a new normal, and that can be
Mhm.
exciting,
Yeah.
you know?
Change.
Yeah.
And watch
Yeah.
out, from the 4th of July on, every day is going to really be a new normal.
My
Yes.
God, Diana, I was doing the charts for this
Yeah.
today, the 4th, the 7th. Oh my God.
Well, and the moon on the 10th
Yeah.
is going to be emotional because it's Cancer, and the moon doesn't like to be, I mean, Capricorn, and the moon doesn't like to be in Capricorn because Capricorn can detach, can
Well,
have
that's
no
that.
feelings when he's sending you to your room.
Yeah, but
Uh-huh.
see, and that's a perfect example of the opposite on the wheel of Capricorn is Cancer. And the way to do this sign is to go with the opposing sign, right? And you integrate some of that sign in. But it's like we just did that new moon in Cancer, and that's a hard one for people to feel their feelings. It's not
Right.
something that people are like, yeah, hey, let me feel that.
Yeah,
Now,
right.
our community, I think, we were born like this, and I'm not trying to separate us. We have a more emotionally, I don't know how to say it now. We are emotionally connected to the source, the of all that is, right? And we're feeling it all as we're watching it all play out. And I mean, it took us years to get to that point, to where we're at now, where you're just like,
It's an everyday occurrence with them.
yeah,
So this is what we do. We know it's coming, so we head for the catacombs, and we can really shine our light in there.
that way you said
Exactly.
that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah. We are, I think, observing, but we're not absorbing.
Yeah.
We're just watching
And
things as they play out. And yeah, I know what you mean, Valerie, in terms of you know we have been working at this for a good long time, and I think as everything that happens, it had to happen that way.
Yeah.
Right? We had to come together. We had to be ready to hold the space and shine the light for those that are going to be coming through now, that are
Mhm.
just starting to wake up, that are just starting um, to see that wait a minute, something's rotten in the state of Denmark. Like what's going on, right? There and we have got. I think we've dealt with some of the confusion and the anger, that we are at a much better place where we are more yes, heart centered, where um, we can invite them in without feeling like we're being taken advantage of.
well,
Yeah.
it's like being a gypsy,
That's,
when you're dancing on the perimeter, and I've had a lot of practice of that since I was, a little kid. But when you're dancing on the perimeter, everybody thinks you're wild and you're in your own world, but you're not. You're really observing and you're listening, not just to the music, but to what they're saying, because you're weaving in and out of the conversation.
Yep.
I hope
all
that
that,
nobody's listening that's picking
right,
up on our secrets here.
right. All that subtlety. It's
Yeah.
just, it's in there, and you catch that. Everybody has psychic abilities, intuition, and anybody who's heart centered, soul centered is waking up to that.
Yes.
Just because we've been doing it a little longer, I mean, it was painful for years. See, I
Yeah.
didn't know. I mean, and I think most of us here didn't know what that meant. What's the other side of that look like?
Yeah.
You know, what
Yeah.
is that? And we just kind of feel your way through. That's what
Yeah.
we're doing. So it's interesting to be at this point of it, because you can feel that. I think Val just said it, where we're at that point. You're getting
Yes.
very close to something, and you can feel it, but you can't really see it.
Yeah.
Well,
And it's just having faith that it is going to be a
Yeah.
much, much better world.
Yes. Yeah.
it takes me back to the 60s in the MC5, and I was there for both nights at the Grandy Ballroom. Brothers and sisters, the time has finally arrived. The time has come for you to decide, are you going to be part of the problem or are you going to be part of the solution? Boy, brothers and sisters, I give you a testimonial. I give you the MC5. Kick out the jams, mother. I'll be nice. You know what the rest of that is. But that's basically what's going on again. Now, when we get to the 4th of July, Venus and Uranus are going to be conjunct. And Uranus on the 7th is going to move into Gemini. So even though Venus is moving faster, because she's going to be out of Gemini on the 30th of July, they're still going to have parallels because they're in the same sign. And in the beginning, nobody's in between them. And so they're going to be able to, it's going to be unpredictable because Uranus is unpredictable. And then the best part about all of this is that unpredictability as Venus travels closer to Sedna and closer to Hygeia. This is finding what you need to do to heal yourself. Ancestral healing, that crap we've been carrying with us forever and a day, right?
Yeah.
So Hygeia, Sedna's moving slow. She'll be in Gemini for 40 years. So lots of planets are going to come and go. When Uranus gets over there to be close to Sedna, which, Sedna is only at 1 degree, she won't be very far away from that. Uranus is going to move a little bit faster. So that's going to be like lightning bolt moments, trying new things and maybe not telling anybody else about them, because this is your opportunity to heal yourself. And Hygeia is about the cure and prevention of it happening again. And
Yeah.
so many of us are talking about 2030 and 2032. What is left is this is the end in 2032. It's the end of a 7-generation cycle. And so all karma has to be taken care of by then. So this is how we're smart enough to cleanse what we need to cleanse.
And how long? And we've been cleansing a long time. I mean, and I do feel for people who are just waking up, but there's so much more energy healing available. I remember trying to find it, and you'd have to go to crystal stores and be in the opposite side of where you live.
Yeah.
Now that stuff's everywhere. You can find it, and thank God I mean, and everybody here is an energy healer, whether it's Reiki or whatever. It is still you using your energy to do the healing. It is your unique ability. We each have that. And that's the really cool thing now. So anybody waking up now is going to have a lot of support and a lot of help to get, because that pain and trauma, that density is stuck down in our cells, in our molecular structure. And that's another thing. That's what the solar activity is doing, is helping pull that out.
Yes.
Every time that comes in, it takes a layer out, and that's not fun. It's painful,
Yeah.
But we get, at the same time it's being pulled out, light codes are being put back in.
Exactly.
And it's this constant purge and heal. But yeah, you're right. When Uranus gets into Gemini, Uranus in Taurus is stuck. Taurus doesn't move. They don't like to go too fast. So now in Gemini's just I mean, it's actually the twins, right? And there's usually about 10 people inside the Geminis.
Kelly and I got this down pat.
Right? We do.
So and that's cool. I mean, a Gemini can handle all that activity, all that action, right? And then
Right?
put Uranus in there, who's the ruler of Aquarius, another air sign. And the brilliance that's just going to come out of the new levels of healing, the new levels of communication. I kept getting this today. It was pretty fascinating. I don't even know where. I don't know what they used to call it during World War II when there was Radio Free Europe or something. I kept hearing the Clash song, "This is Radio Clash." And I couldn't figure out what the hell they were talking about. And they're like, the truth is going to come out through the underground, through the people speaking the truth. Because I guess, well, I wasn't even thinking about the media or anything. I was just thinking on, Uranus in Gemini. And I was getting all this really cool stuff, like it's going to be created to pull us through this part of the journey.
Right.
You know?
It's going to be. I'm sorry.
You guys, I gotta run, ladies. Thank you for having me.
I'm so glad you
Pleasure.
stayed.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll be sure to get in touch, and we'll have to do a collab. And you're more than invited back here, so
Oh, thank you. And let's shine our light, ladies. Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right.
Love you, Kelly.
Yeah,
I love you. And Uranus is the higher frequency of Mercury. So there is, like Uranus is I'm all about let's do it fast, but we got to have a plan before we do it. It's a fixed planet. Mercury is mutable and willing, after a little foot stomping, to give up that, listen to what I got to say. So that Uranus will not just make it about IQ and intellect, because that does not mean you are wise, and that does not mean you are caring, right?
Right.
So you've got to slow down and take it easy, because Uranus is about humanitarianism. And the other thing that I love about that day is that we have 2 yads. Both of them involve the South Node. The South Node in Virgo. What do we got to let go of? What is worth arguing about? Because a quincunx, 2 of them is what makes up the yod. That quincunx is adjustment. So you may give it up one day, and you may discover it's come back to haunt you. You got to go back and clean the dust bunnies again.
Yeah.
That's the normal thing. So we have the South Node, going to Palais Athena for both of these yads. The South Node is the point when the other leg of the journey goes to Chiron and Sirius. Now, Chiron is another one who's about healing. You couldn't heal yourself doing it that way. Is it worth arguing with yourself when you did it that way? You got to go to the next step. And that next step is Sirius, because she's going to logically explain, what do you want to harvest? More of this, or do you want it to be better? And then the other one's going to go in the other direction. And in that part, we have Palais Athena, the higher mind, being the point. And she's going to go over to Selene, who is also referred to as White Moon. And she's in Cancer, and she'll be more loving and kind, and being kind to yourself as you go through this.
And that's important. That's the important part. Because if you're judging yourself or anything like that, that's got to go out with that South Node in Virgo. Got to let that self-criticism, especially the unworthiness. And I think we've all had that coming up, just keeps coming up, and it keeps coming up, and you're like, my God, But that's that's why, because we're going to be in that south node. We're going to have this node, the south node in Virgo. The north node is in Pisces. That's our way forward, right? We're releasing in the south node, but that's going to be there until next January. No, next
Oh no, because
July.
it's 18 months. Yeah.
Yeah, next July. So this, you're going to see this theme keep coming up, that unworthiness, that being very critical of
Yeah.
yourself. And every time it comes in, you just do your best. I stop, I put my hand on my heart, tell myself I love myself, and get some chocolate, whatever it takes, whatever that is,
Right.
and go forward through that. But in my mind, I have that visual of the South Node in Virgo, taking it out of here, taking it away, letting it
Yeah.
dissipate.
Well,
You
and
know,
perfecting it, because that fifth harmonic is something that needs to be perfected. It's like what I keep saying over and over. It's like the old radio stations in the car. When you'd ride over the railroad tracks, you'd lose
Yes.
Jackman. You know, you couldn't hear what's his name. Anyway, yeah, right. And so while God, what was his name? He hasn't been dead that long, Diana. Anyway, squirrel.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah, right. But that south node is the quincunx and the adjustment. So when you have the yod, you at least you have two legs to stand on and still get to the point. When you only have this in the harmonic, that's more adjusting, because think of a tripod when you have a yod, right?
well, and the yod, I keep hearing myself. I don't know why. Like feedback.
Yeah.
Wait, let me
Yeah.
move.
I don't.
You hear it now?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, let me change my settings because I had a speaker on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know if it was
okay.
me. I wasn't sure.
No.
Okay, there we go. Now, I wanted to say, Lorraine, I didn't forget the cheese, and I love that song, Some Like It Hot. That was a really good song.
Yes.
Love the drums of that song. I'm trying to keep the chat, keep reading the chat at the bottom. But Diana, when you're saying okay, so when Diana's saying a finger of God is a yod, right? It's a long, tall triangle. And the point is where you release. You got these legs. The legs are the sides of it, right? That's how you're describing it. And the point is the release. And the point releasing is in the South Node Virgo. So, Oh, I can't hear you. Now I can't hear you, Diana. Hold on.
Oh.
There you go. Oh, there
Now
you go.
can you hear me?
Yes.
There, I can hear you guys better too. Yeah.
It's always. It's just like
Yeah.
Timeline's constantly moving.
Right. And the other thing, even with these yods, and even with this unpredictability of Uranus in Gemini and the things that are in Gemini with them, we have Venus in Gemini, who gets very flirty. And she's a night star right now, so she is very flirty, right?
Has she
come out? Has she come out? No, she doesn't. I'm sorry, she's still a morning star.
On the 4th, this is what's going to be interesting. On the 4th of July, we're going to have Venus and Uranus both at 29 degrees Gemini. Yeah, so wait, am I right?
No, Uranus.
Taurus. I'm sorry.
Taurus.
We are really having this class. So that Taurus, okay, and that's her home sign. That's what you love and value. That's where the chocolate comes from.
Yes.
That that's where what you the things that get you through the day come from. So, but that night is going to be a little bit pretty interesting with that Uranus there, because it's unpredictability. You might try a whole different chocolate, or something totally might change, on your preferences there. It could be anything though.
Right. I have her going into 0 degrees of Gemini at noon, 12:30.
On what day? I'm
on
sorry.
the 4th of July. But she's at 29 degrees before she goes there, and that 0 degrees might still be the 29 degrees and 52 minutes of arc, because Uranus is only 3 days behind.
Okay, so I meant to say the 3rd, February, July 3rd. July 3rd is going to be interesting because there's going to be, I believe there's going to be a lot more news, right? That's going to be a lot of stuff being let out before the 4th of July, right at that day. I don't know. I feel like hidden things are going to come out.
Yes. Sorry,
can I interrupt? Hope Suzanne wanted to know that when you mentioned Yod, is that Vedic astrology or sidereal?
Sidereal.
Sidereal. There you go.
I don't think you. Well, I don't work with Vedic very much. I understand it, but I don't work with it very much. So I don't really think that there is a Yod available in Vedic. But I'm sure it has some sort of equivalent.
We use Western Placidus. We use Western Placidus on our charts. Vedic has its...
or sidereal. They both work.
Oh, they did? Okay. Vedic, I never used sidereal either, because I thought that was Vedic. But anyway, I don't know. I don't know anything about that. But I know that Vedic, like heliocentric, is the sun. There's different astrologies that cover different parts of the same sky. It's just a matter of it's the
13th sign. So it's like they do Vedic in a rectangle. And because we have a pie chart in our circular chart, it's easy to do a Yod.
Interesting.
I don't know. I am doing my best to stay with the Western Placidus, what we've been going through since COVID. Well, geez, really since 2012, and it's just like woo. And to me, that's been showing us. And Diana and I've been saying this for a couple of years, and we were saying it in a nice way, that America was going to be under construction, being restructured. And here we are. We really, those things that are being pulled out, some of it will be rebuilt to come back where it's more life affirming for our citizens. But a lot of stuff that was just abusive won't come back. And thankfully for that, I'm grateful for that. But it's going to take a couple, I don't know, we're seeing the end of next year, beginning of 2027, where we start to see it balancing out a bit. Vedic astrology, I'm with you, Mary Starshine. I don't understand it, but it doesn't mean I do.
There's a place for it. Yeah, absolutely.
It's what was used before this.
Yes.
So
definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah. And Spiritual Soul Lesson says Lemurian astrology is 13 signs.
That's with the animals too. I think that's more with the animals, right?
Yeah.
And that's a new one that I don't know how new or old it is, but I know it's coming back out to be.
It's gotten more popular. And then there's starseed too, and
Yeah.
it's
Galactic.
for me, and I think for you too, Valerie, it's easy to understand the star seeds because we're already under those stars.
Right.
So it's basically the same pie chart. It's just pulling in more of the fixed stars and the constellations that are farther out that we don't deal with, like this, Cygnet, the swan.
And just think of the layers upon layers upon layers of information that you can, I mean, my goodness, Diana and I are looking at the same charts and we see different things, and we tie in how we see, what she's seeing and I'm seeing, but we don't know that until we just start talking. And that's the cool thing about it. Whoever's looking at it, it is coming. There's something coming up that is catching your attention for some reason, and I always attribute that to spirit. So spirit wants me to look at this part of it, or they have a song go through my head like they did earlier, a million different things. And that's the cool part about it. I love astrology because of that, because there's so many different interpretations. There's not one rule, there's not one thing that's it, and that's the answer,
Right. The stories, we've added more asteroids into the mix to pay attention to, because I love them. They're the buttons on all of our shirts, all the little tiny details. But astrologers at one point, Saturn was the end of the universe. He wrote everything from Sagittarius on. Sag, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. He ruled all 4 of those signs because there was nothing else out there.
Yeah.
So we've come a long way, baby.
Yeah. And things are still being discovered. Things are still and like Dinah was just saying, those royal fixed stars, they all mean something. It's where they're sitting, who's aspecting them. Just because they don't move fast doesn't mean that they don't have a purpose in your chart, And
I need to back up for 1 minute, because I said Cirrus, what do you want to harvest? But it's Xena. It's Eris that is going to be conjunct that Chiron.
To me, that's powerful healing.
Yeah, because
very powerful.
And I still call her Xena because she was discovered in 1977, and the guy the astronomer who discovered her loved Xena Warrior Princess. So still the goddess of discord, no matter how you name her, but I prefer to call her that rather than the old Greek stuff.
Yeah.
Lorraine is hilarious. She said she had a lightning bug in her house on a dark evening. For a moment, I screamed, "Oh my God, I'm having a stroke!" When I realized what it was, I laughed and I cried. That's cute.
Hilarious.
I mean, so there's so much going on that I'm always seeing. I don't know if this is going on for everybody else. I know it's going on for Diana. Like, you're just seeing things in the corner of your eye constantly.
Yes.
Bright shapes, different shapes. You look up and there's like, okay, I just saw another dragon. Okay. And you just got to keep going through your day like that.
And don't you have to do that? Marina, you too?
Yes.
Am I seeing that right? Am I seeing that?
Yeah, exactly. I notice it particularly when I'm driving.
Oh, yeah, right?
Yeah, all over.
Why are you doing this? I have to keep my eye on the road.
I mean, I give y'all credit, because I'll be out there driving and I'm like, oh my God, okay. I'm 2 seconds from my house. I'm not far and I can't wait to get back home. But that does freak me out. I can't go far anymore because there's too much in my head, too much around. I don't know.
Am I getting low blood sugar? Do I need orange juice?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It is so crazy. And they're so, I mean, this is going to be a big month. July is a big month. That's what we're alluding to here. And it's just going to be a big summer. And it, it's all about this month is more healing. Yeah, start taking the Uber. Exactly. Right.
Yes.
Yes. And
Except I'd want to tell them how to drive and
that's
what food to take.
okay. It's just not me. Okay.
No, I'm like 2-lane highway that shouldn't even be 55, but it's 55. And I'm doing the speed limit. And it's like cows and pigs and ducks and llamas are everywhere and horses. And these people are passing me and pissed at me.
Pissed
And I'm
at you. Yeah.
can't you just enjoy a day driving in
That's
the country?
right. I mean, goodness gracious, you're so right.
Check the
Yeah.
sights. You might see a bear. Check the sights.
Marina,
I
I'm
have
the
a
same
bumper
way.
sticker.
You want to
Oh,
hit the
sure.
brakes before you hit that bear.
Yeah, right. Oh
Yeah.
my God, I'm such a control freak. That has been something I've been working on the last couple of years.
Yes.
I feel like I'm doing a good job, but I might just be blowing smoke up my own butt. I don't know.
I never ever once thought you were a control freak. And we've been doing this together for how long now?
Oh, thank you.
3 years, 4 years? Forever?
For a
Forever.
while, yeah, for a while. Yeah, no, in a car when Marina said I'll be telling the
Oh.
Uber how to drive.
Yes.
That would so be me.
I
I'd be
just
like,
go, please bless the driver behind me.
yes. Like, I don't need it.
I have a bumper sticker that I put on my car that I'm getting a good bit of attention, and I love it. It says, "Driver is old. Can't hear your horn. Can't see your finger. Have a great day." Yeah. Don't like the way I drive? Feel free to pass.
Right?
That's
Just
right.
keep on going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they'll do it over the double yellow line here. They don't
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
and blow their horn. And the
Yeah.
longer they lay on the horn, the younger they are. I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, God. And people don't realize what's going on. You know, like we're in epic history. We're like the
Yeah.
humanity is evolving, ascending, right? Like, elevating, and everybody's just like, I'm in a hurry, I gotta go. And you can just see the different levels of awareness, right? They just maybe aren't there yet, and that's okay. But I think to myself, oh man, wait till you find out what's really going on.
Yeah, right.
Sit back,
But if you want
relax.
to change your looks, if you want to color your hair something different or cut it off, this is Venus being in Gemini, especially with this connection with Uranus.
Oh,
And the healing planets and those healing planets.
yeah.
Good time to beautify anything and everything that comes into your mind that you want to fix and adjust, from
Right.
lipstick colors to furniture. And don't be surprised, Terry, if you find a new house that you want to go move to,
Ah,
you know.
Well, then.
oh,
So does that mean that I can go to my favorite store and see what kind of new wonderful crystal necklaces they might have?
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Especially when you say crystal necklace.
Yeah.
I see an aquamarine in your future.
Oh, beautiful.
I'll go with that.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'll go with that.
Yeah, I'm always looking up jewelry. I don't know.
Oh.
And lipstick. Lipstick is one of my things. I don't know how many more lipsticks I could buy, but
Yeah, but there's it's not the same shade. There's a difference. They might
That's
look
true.
exactly the same, but they're not.
Especially once they're on your skin, man.
Yeah.
changes. That's right.
Yeah.
The one that I get so mad about is Revlon used to make one that they called Wine with Everything.
Mm.
Of course.
Yes.
And it was my perfect color.
Yes.
They've stopped
Like
all.
nothing else comes close to it. It turns too pink or too blue. This
Yes.
was perfect.
Oh, poor,
Are
poor.
you listening, Revlon?
Yeah. Yeah, they've changed everything. They've changed the mascara formulas. They've changed it all from it's nothing like it used to be.
No, are you finding that, you buy a new tube of mascara and you're replacing it in less than a month?
Yes.
There's
I don't
nothing,
even bother because
nothing in it.
Yeah.
no. And
It doesn't
it either
stay.
turns to glue and you can't
Yeah.
because there's so much crap in it,
Yeah.
And then they have like oh geez, I can't think of the makeup store. I mean, you could buy $25, $30 mascaras. I'm like, no, it doesn't need to be like this.
No, especially since you're going to get less than a month if you're using it every day.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
exactly.
on here, who can tell?
Yeah.
especially when I have to put readers on. Hello.
Hello.
We're already at 10 o'clock. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
We just jabbering away, Diana.
Oh. Well, the sun must be.
Time flies when you're having fun.
It
And
does.
I'm just really enjoying it.
The sun is lighting up my Venus.
Uh-huh.
My Venus is in Cancer. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had a lot of stuff going on. Oh my goodness. It's going to be a good month. But Diana and I will be together again on the 10th.
Yep.
Nice. Whose channel?
Valerie's.
I was just thinking we should probably do something for Uranus entering Gemini on the 7th. I don't know. You think about it. Whatever you want to do.
Well, maybe Marina wants the 7th, or you have plans already on that day.
On the 7th, actually on the 7th, I have Jason Tempinski coming at 1 p.m. and then Kitchen Table Issues at 5 p.m.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Well,
busy girl, but you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. I love doing this. I wouldn't be here if I didn't love doing it. And just, I sit here and I can get that glazed faraway look on my eyes, and it's because I'm picking up on everybody's energy and I'm thinking, oh, this feels
There
so
you
good.
go.
Yeah.
And I mean, what is a Libra but not air and air communication? Of course, you're going to be connecting.
It's the wings of the plane, man.
Yes.
Yep. See?
Yes, totally. Oh my gosh. So, Val?
Yes.
Mind if we stay for this? Because
of course.
Okay, because we get to be in the same room with it. This is awesome.
Oh,
please,
you guys. So so here we go. Now take your deep breaths, 3, because they're sacred breaths, and the breath opens you up and readies you to receive. So take a deep breath. Ooh, that was paper. Take a deep breath in through your mouth and exhale through in your all opposite, folks. I'm getting a little rummy here. Take a deep breath in through your nose and then exhale through your mouth. And this really will open you up to receive. And this final intention for the night is about connecting to our galactic starseed families. So, beloved infinite creator, source of all worlds and dimensions, we stand in deep gratitude, hearts open wide for the sacred gathering of light we have shared. As we prepare to close this sacred space, it's not closing now, soon, we call forth a higher activation, one that reconnects us consciously to our galactic starseed families, the luminescent beings of love and wisdom who have called forth our presence and who have walked with us across lifetimes, across galaxies, across eternities, who are now calling us forward to greet them. We open the portals of our remembrance. We attune our hearts and souls to the frequencies of our cosmic brothers and sisters who now step closer to support, guide, and walk beside us as we embody our divine missions on earth. And some of us have in fact, I'll probably say all of us have that divine person, being that is you in the galactic position. So you in that, in just, you're doing both. You're doing both. So we activate the star codes within our DNA, long dormant, now reawakening, restoring our full memory of our cosmic heritage, our roles as ambassadors of love, peace, and unity for all of humanity and beyond. Through this sacred connection, we anchor the knowing that we are part of a vast loving family, one that transcends time, space, and form. Their light and wisdom flow into our hearts now, strengthening our courage, deepening our clarity, and expanding our capacity to love without limit. In fact, we invite this merging of ourselves as our sacred galactic selves that exist right now, as we are galactic citizens of the light, united across worlds, bringing the song of unity into the fabric of Earth. We carry this connection forward, not just today, but for all the days to come, guided, uplifted, and empowered by the eternal family of stars that lives within us and around us. We close this sacred space by sealing all activations in love, in light, in gratitude, knowing that the work continues, the light continues, and the unity continues to grow. We are one, we are infinite, we are the light of creation. And so it is, so be it. It is done.
Amen.
Okay, so thank you.
Fabulous as always. As always.
I think all of the timelines merging and we all have galactic counterparts, our soul in all these different timelines and the galactic counterparts. And I think just since the soul fragment is down here, soul fragment is
everywhere.
Yeah. So all of that. So I think we're going to start remembering who we are in that context. It's just going to start coming to us, because I know I have an Arcturian guide in my R4 collective who is just now, I see their face. They're coming all the time talking to me. It's like you are really going to be connected in a bigger, larger way than you ever thought possible going forward. So it's an exciting time.
It is.
Oh, man, that is so cool. I love it.
Yeah, it is cool. Well,
Absolutely.
I will leave you all here. And
Thank you.
yeah, it's been a wonderful time, Marina. As always, you do a fabulous job. And Diana and Valerie with their astrological and mystical assistance, it's always good to hear your information and keep us knowing what's going on, what's coming.
Exactly.
Hang on to your hats. Is going to
I mean,
yes.
Yeah. So I love you guys.
Love you
Love
too.
you too. Bye, Val.
Later. Bye for now. Lovely. Fabulous.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah. just it. You know, I don't know anybody else that could do as good a job as Val does, but yeah. And hello, Terry. Holding your space.
Hello, my people. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
Good. I think I might be on twice though right now. I think I accidentally signed in and signed in. We're streaming and streaming.
Hey.
Okay.
It's all good. It's all good.
We're multidimensional, I guess.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. So I'm perfectly happy right now. You know, just yeah, absolutely, and it's fabulous.
Oh,
fabulous,
beautiful.
Yeah. Yes,
love that.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'm not on twice. Hi, everybody. I just went to comments.
Lovely.
Oops.
It's okay. You know what? You're welcome here no matter how you show up. Once, twice, three times, a lady. There you go.
Oh, I love that. I love that. It's Old Home Week. I love everybody here. So thanks for having me on. And thanks for all you guys do with this. I mean, it's really amazing.
It is.
Yeah, it really brings people together.
It does. And as I've said many times so far, I love the energy lift that I get. It's just, it feels so good that I want to remain in this energy for as long as I possibly can.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's even to the point that, you know, after the shows, I feel really tired because there's an awful lot of energy that I'm dealing with. But I also don't want to go to bed because then I will fall asleep and I might lose it. So, yeah.
I know that feeling. That's when we had our late dream shows and nobody was asleep before 1.
Yes.
It's a lot of energy coming in, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, you do a great job here. Thank you, Marina.
Thank
and
you.
Val and Diana.
Thank you. Everybody, every single person who is here. Yeah. And Hope Suzanne, how long does this normally go? Well, we have just reached 7 p.m. On the Pacific, in the Pacific time zone. So we're kind of finished with the lighting the porch light and all that. We've got North America all lit up. So usually it's about 4.5 hours, because we start on the East Coast and kind of take it from there. Next month's event, next month's event should be on the 26th. I'm thinking of possibly having it on the 19th because, being very selfish, on the 26th is when my Tsatina Nation powwow happens.
Oh, yeah.
I love to be there. So it's like, okay, well, do I go to the powwow just for a little while and then come and do the show? Or do I want to go to the powwow and just be in the powwow? Right now, I'm thinking I want to be in the powwow. Absolutely. So I will let you guys know if we're doing it on the 19th or the 28th or whatever that might be. But yeah, we do this once a month. And I think that is just absolutely perfect. Once a month is just great. And I'll keep on doing it until until we're all on the other side. Yeah.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
Keep holding on.
One foot in, one foot out, right?
Yeah, right. And that's what Val just said. We're getting more of our galactic selves here too.
Yes.
So I mean, there's just so much we
Yes.
don't know. We can't see it all, right? But you can feel something cool is on its way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And thank you, Maureen D'Amico. She says, I look forward to it every month. It gives me
Oh,
peace.
Maureen, that's beautiful.
Thank
I
you.
love that.
That
Yeah.
is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we have achieved what we set out to achieve.
Right.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Good. Yeah.
So Terry is now going to take us through a meditation and a closing of this this particular event, and just sit back, relax, take it all in.
Okay. Do we have a time frame on this?
No, not
Be
really.
conscious of? Okay. So maybe about 3 a.m.
Yes, yeah. I may disappear from time to time to, I have to get up and stretch, but I'll be back.
La La Land, here we come.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay. So just relax, everybody, wherever you're seated. If you want to close your eyes, do. If not, just soften your eye. Look behind something, kind of. So start out with 3 deep breaths, inhaling love and light through the nostrils, exhaling through the mouth, the shadows, the old stuff that you're hanging on to. Inhaling again, light, love. As you exhale this time through the mouth, make it noisy. Give it a big push all the way down to your root chakra, the old stuff. Shake it a little bit. Inhaling again, all the way up to your crown chakra this time. And this time, as you exhale, just be. Remember. Ask yourself, who am I? And remember who you are. Are you light? Are you consciousness? Awareness? Who are you? Ask yourself, what do I want? What is your intention in this life? It can be new shoes, peace on earth, universal consciousness. Ask yourself, why am I here? What is your dharma, your role to play with the light? Acknowledging what you came to do, remembering. Sometimes it's as simple as shining light in your house, on your corner. Now asking yourself, what am I grateful for? And feel the light as it raises, the vibration, going into a state of grace. Now today, we're going to call in 33 trillion angels times 144,000 to the 99th power. Feeling the energy around you of the universe as we do so, completely protected. And we're going to go deep, going into the darkness of the soil, going into Mother Earth, feeling her divine nature, her abundance, her fertility, bringing in the divine masculine for us with us, with his protection, his clarity of thought, his power, forthrightness, as we travel together through the darkness, through the rocks, through the tectonic plates, feeling them gently dance, going through the waters and the elements of the earth, going through the lava like a kiln where we shape our new lives, going all the way to the core of the earth, the magnetic core, zero density, zero dimension, the point of creation, the most sacred space, the beginning and the end. As you reach here, you might see the darkness, universes being created within in this, new galaxies, stars, planets, beings. Hear the frequency of it. Is it an explosion? Is it a symphony? It's different for each one of us. Calling in the power of creation. Breathing that in. And as you exhale, Aham Brahmasi, I am the universe. Feel your power. Know your power. Be you. Now, taking a minute in this frequency to remember our soul questions. Who am I? Ask yourself again. What do I want? What is your intention in this frequency? Why are you here? Remembering, knowing. And what are you grateful for? Again, the vibration raises. It vibrates, it sings, it plays, it dances. Now coming back with our angels, our guides, our ancestors, the divine feminine, divine masculine, through the waters, lifting off, awakening, feeling like you've slept an additional 4 hours, coming up through the tectonic plates, watching their dance and softly, gently, giving them the most benevolent outcome around the planet. Coming up through the rocks, some are smooth, some are sharp. We've learned here. Coming through the soil, the darkness where we see the light, until we come back to where we're seated today, or laying down, whatever you're doing. Coming back inside your body, feeling your power, zipping it up from your root chakra to your crown chakra, aligning, breathing back into your physical form, holding your hands at your heart space, and repeating silently, loving, compassionate heart, joyful, energetic body, quick, alert mind, lightness of being. And we're back. You can rub your hands together if you want to, the back of your hands, and give yourself a big hug.
You bet. Oh my gosh, Terry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The visions, girl. Thank you. What a good way to end this day of beautiful weather.
Absolutely. Oh, that
First time in 10, 12 days we've had a gorgeous day here.
Oh, I'm so glad you did. I'm so glad. Yeah. Yeah, we had a beautiful day here too. So it's lovely everywhere. Thank you, Three Shifting Bells. Well, gosh, Marina, thank you for everything. Val and Diana and the other Val.
And everybody, and
Yeah.
I mean, Marina, you guys really started something.
Yeah.
And it is your cradle now.
It is. It is. I fully believe that, yeah, everything happens for a reason. And yeah, the message that was delivered to Sherry at Trancing with Spirit was amazing. and I will forever be grateful to be part of this process, because I don't know without her guides and without her gifting me with this, I don't know that I would have ever done this on my own.
Wow, you do it well.
Thank you. It is an honor. It is an absolute honor. And I love all of you, love the energy, love everything that we are doing together, because we are doing it together. And I know that what we send out to the universe is multiplied exponentially. And yeah, we are creating a more loving and unified Earth. We really are.
Absolutely.
So
I'm going to go so that you can have a few minutes. And I love you, and I thank you for having all of us, everybody.
Yeah, thank you so much, Marina. Do you want some time to speak? Should I go too? And
you know what? I was just going to say goodbye to everyone and shut this down. So just bear with me. Thank you to each and every one of you that joined us from the various channels. I'll remind you to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and then go to the YouTube page in the posts, and you'll find links to all my guests' channels. So make sure that you go over there, spread the love. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you'll know whenever we do something like this or when we're doing other shows. So to the folks in the chat, thank you. And to Diana, Valerie, Terry, thank you for doing this with me. I appreciate it more than you will ever know.
Thank you for having.
Thank you
for having us.
so much.
Love you, ladies, very much.
Love you too. Take care, everyone. We'll see you next month. Bye for now.
Namaste.